Greetings! I am Dominic Bytes. Welcome to another episode of Byte Club Cinema. Today we're going to be hell diving, haha, see what I did there, into the lore of a popular video game, Helldivers 2. It's a major game right now, hence why I'm streaming it under that category. But where does it get its themes of military fighting bugs? Well, a lot of people pointed out Helldivers 2's got a big similarity to a 1997 movie by Paul Verhoeven called Starship Troopers, and which is in turn based on a book by Robert Heinlein, my favorite science fiction author. Not one of my favorites, but the favorite science fiction author that I have. I've read all of his stuff, including Starship Troopers. Well, almost all his stuff. I may have missed a few somewhere. But, yeah, and that is what we're going to be diving into here. Now, joining me, as usual, is Diesel.
Good, everybody.
Yeah. Now, Diesel is a demon. I don't believe you're an insectoid demon, correct?
No, I have met a couple though. Not bad looking.
Yeah. See, Diesel would totally bang an insect queen, but he's not an insect himself. So there you go. Just to clarify, anyone who was wondering what was going on in that front. Now,
More on the shapeshifter category, if you need to know.
Yeah. Now, the similarities between the reason Starship Troopers is back to the fore. Again, Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is a game where you go to planets and liberate them from bugs. Now, Diesel, you've played the game, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, can you summarize the gameplay loop for our audience? For those who haven't played it, including me, because I haven't played it.
Dive down to planet. Proceed to press buttons to call in strikes. Enjoy the PTSD afterwards, because you're gonna fucking get some. The fucking mortars, man. The fucking mortars.
Alright, yeah. So, Diesel is basically here to represent expertise on the game and to draw comparisons between the movie and the game as they are. I have read the book, so I know the source material, and I'm going to comment on the book, comment on the movie. This is like the third or fourth time I've seen it. Now, a lot of people who like Heinlein's novel do not like the movie, and I understand why. It's not a good adaptation. Under no circumstance should Starship Troopers be considered a good adaptation. It's actually a very bad adaptation. However, it's possible to adapt something badly, but create an original work that is not itself all that bad. I enjoy the movie. Now, if I ignore the fact that the title, the coincidence of the title, it's not a bad movie. It's a lot of fun. It's silly. It's stupid. It does. A lot of military folks have pointed out the illogic behind it. And on the other hand, several aspects of the film actually capture the rational decision making of military command. So it actually doesn't do too bad a job on that front. There's things to critique, but it's a fun movie and I enjoy it. I just don't consider it like it has a surface level resemblance to Heinlein's novel. Verhoeven, by his own admission, never read the book. Some say that he basically wrote this as its own standalone thing, but because the studio owned the rights to Starship Troopers, they slapped the name on it after the fact and did a few rewrites to kind of make it passively tie in. And I can believe that. Now the casting is great. I love the cast on here. You have Casper Van Dyne is the lead. He was known, I believe, as one like Doogie Howser, MD or something. I believe was his big role before this. The I might be wrong on that. I'm trying to remember. Hold on. He was in something before this. Let's see. No, that's films. Yeah, he didn't have it. Yeah, this was his first major film. Like he had a couple other films before this. This was his first lead role in a movie. Oh yeah, okay. So he was. Oh no, Saved by the Bell. No. Okay, he was in Doctor Quinn, Married with Children. Um. Oh no, okay. He's not Doogie Howser. He's someone else. Okay, all right, my bad. So apparently he was in One Life to Live. I guess was his biggie, and he was in. Yeah, that's about it. So relative unknown when this came out. But he does a good job, in my opinion. And of course, you have Jake Busey, who's Gary Busey's son is in here. And the other major one, you have Michael Ironside, who have been in a lot of sci-fi films, such as Verhoeven's other work, which is Total Recall. And then you've got Neil Patrick Harris, also making appearance. A very young Neil Patrick Harris, too. So, good cast. Like I said, it's fun. So, I'm not going to do too long an intro because I want to make sure Diesel can watch the whole thing because I think you'll get a kick out of this, Diesel. Just keep in mind, Verhoeven has said in his own words that this is a satire, that he is mocking fascism with this movie. Um, there's strong reasons. If what he's saying is true, then yeah, we can discuss the satire thing afterwards because there's a lot of criticisms of it. But I will bring that up as we watch. It's like, is this satirical, or is it like, is it a good satire, or is it actually like you could just take it straight up? Um, I'll discuss that going here. And Diesel, comment where you see something that reminds you of the game. Go ahead and comment. All right. Usual rules apply. No audio from the movie because copyright. There's a mask over the movie because copyright. Um, Subtitles will be on so you can follow along, and I will start a timer so you can also further follow along. Support the original release. I believe it's on Netflix. I think you can stream it on Netflix and a few other places. The movie's from '97. It's pretty old. I mean, you can get it on a lot of different areas now, thankfully. All right, you all set to start, Diesel?
Yes, I am.
All right, I'm gonna start the movie. 3, 2, 1, go!
I probably won't be able to add a lot from Helldivers to this, due to the fact that Helldivers has no lore. All the lore is made by the players, and this has been confirmed by the developers themselves. The lore of Helldivers made by the community.
All right. Well, then in that case, Starship Troopers, I think, is the closest thing to a lore canon that it's got. Then.
Yeah. The most we know is that you're I guess one of the top of the line soldiers, maybe. You command a dreadnought, and you're diving down to these planets to get rid of the bugs and the robots.
Yeah.
That is about as much as we're given lore-wise.
Now, the main thing to pay attention to, though, is there's movies in-game. And so this part here apparently bears a very strong similarity to this. So these videos here, so Verhoeven intended these as state-sponsored propaganda videos. Now, this is a great way to world build, by the way. This kind of news story kind of thing.
Yeah.
We must kill the enemy to save ourselves. Makes sense. Yeah, typical, go to war, we're going to war. Hey, Panda, glad to see you here.
If I had to take a gamble, more than likely what's actually happening is the bugs aren't actively sending out these pods. It's just a case these meteors, they just happen to live on them, and if they're flung out to another planet, oh well, that's just happenstance.
Yeah. Well, here the bugs intentionally use meteors as weapons. Now, interestingly, the movie never tells us how the bugs use the meteors as weapons, but they're able to launch. One thing they make clear, they're able to take asteroids from across the galaxy and send them to Earth with devastating precision. So that one thing they established very early on, the bugs are very sophisticated because they can shoot a rock at us from across the galaxy with pinpoint aim. That's very impressive on a technological basis. So their
rifles look like the ones from Alien.
Yeah, they do. That's actually on purpose. You will see they do either reuse or have homage to other sci-fi movies like Alien. Yeah. And actually, also, that is one of the criticisms of the movie is that those rifles would not be suitable to this kind of combat. So, not that the military has ever given our troops bad equipment before, right? Anyway, Hey, there's Michael Ironside.
Look, all we're missing now is just we give like the bugs a bunch of devastating equipment, so give them like a couple of nukes, and then for no reason I'll just leave them there.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them there. All right, we're gonna use these. Wait, we're pulling out. All right, we're just gonna leave these here. Put the launch codes next to them. You know, that way in case we come back, we don't got to do that again, and you know, we'll be fine.
Now, this opening monologue here, some of this is derived from the book, interestingly. Yeah, because in this one here, the professor does give a lecture about the use of force and violence, and he recontextualizes like, yeah, no, I mean, isn't it amazing how everyone, the good guys won every war in history? Now, Verhoeven apparently intended this as this, like, oh, look how bad the humans are, but the thing is, the professor is correct. Yeah, people forget that ultimately force it boils down once society strips away. There's a big meme format here. You also have some early character dynamics here. You know, you have these two lovebirds, and of course you have the other girl kind of looking at him from a distance.
Yeah, the current girlfriend and the one that is waiting for the breakup.
Mm-hmm.
So it is interesting that the bugs are actually a predatory hive mind species. Because I'm assuming it is a hive mind, as most insectoids tend to be.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, so now you're also getting now they set up basic world goal. So in this future, democracy failed and the military took over. And as a result, you have flying cars, utopia cities, high you have a civilian everyone's smiling and happy. And if you also notice, it's fairly diverse. You have whites, blacks, Hispanics, all the Asians, all the different races living together with few issues. So it's like, so Verhoeven, why are you portraying the military fascist dictatorship as a utopia? Good sir, that is not how you do satire. Anyway.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, so that's
at least with this, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't be thinking this as satire, more of is a glorifying militaristic fascism.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people took it, in fact. And it's like, well,
and,
I mean,
the best way would be able to do it is for everybody to be smiling while a soldier comes in and, like, you know, takes the butt of his gun and beats somebody down, and he just looks up, right. Thank you, sir, I won't do it again.
Right, exactly.
That would be satire.
Yeah, or like there's a homeless guy on the street, and so everyone just points and laughs as the military goons like beat him to death or something in front of him. And they're like, that homeless guy got what he deserved. See, there's none of that. In fact, there's no homelessness. You don't see any homeless bums. You don't see any poverty. Everyone's motivated to serve their country or to earn something through citizenship. So it's like, all right. Oh, come on. It's just...
So they're dissecting the insects.
The arachnids. So the arachnids is named the insects here. Highly evolved.
Arachnids.
Yeah, so they've evolved longer than we have.
So if they're able to actively influence asteroids, which are, you know, with gravity, so they have the basic understanding of gravitational force and how to manipulate it in order to fling with. Wouldn't that mean they would have an advanced enough social system to where there would be possibility of communication.
Okay. Oh, hey, Matty Cowboy. Yes, they do have communication, and they'll. That's actually a plot point we'll get into later. Now, another thing here, so this is, so Neil Patrick Harris's character, as they hinted at before, is telepathic. That's important. That is also in the book, too. So Rico is the name. Interestingly, Rico is from South America. Right, so they're exploring that here. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a thing of some people are sensitive to psychic abilities.
Yeah, so psychic evolution is, yeah. So basically, military fascism was crucial for unlocking the next stage of human evolution. Again, for Hovind, what are you doing? I mean, it's cool. I mean, it is also in the book. Now, I will say Heinlein's novel does not depict this society as a utopia, full-on utopia. It's efficient. It is not necessarily evil, but it's not like the greatest thing ever. Like, it's a lot more rose-tinted glasses in the movie than it is in the book. Also, again, Rico is from South America. He's Hispanic. That's it. That's a big thing. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, Verhoeven's movie portrays like a whites-only society." It's like, no, the lead is literally Hispanic. This is a person of color. Johnny Rico is a Hispanic Latino male. So there you go. Now he looks white. There are, of course, white Hispanics, white Latinos in South America, but he's Latino. So yeah,
it's pretty well the case. People looking like trying to purposely make a movie out to support their views of, oh, look at media, it portrays a white, sort of ideal or yada yada yada.
Oh, nice.
For that, it's just people looking for a fucking reason to dislike a movie.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, and welcome, Matty Cowboy. Glad to have you aboard. Yeah. So the as we said originally, so according to the creators, Helldivers 2 doesn't have official lore. However, pretty much the entire community has kind of agreed that Starship Troopers is the lore. So this is, for all intents and purposes, where Helldivers 2 got its lore, essentially. And you can already see like the way it does the insects, the emphasis on serving your country. You have the similarities of the videos and the tone. Now, what I'm curious about when we get to the military part, Diesel, I'm curious how the tech of the game and the tech of the movie compare. I'll leave that one to you because I don't know.
Fair enough. I'll give what I can.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, no. But this is... So I assume the book, it's shown as the society is effective. It's not, utopian. It's like, yes, we are this advanced, but that, there's a reason for that, and it's not good. Pretty well, there's a drawback for, this advancement.
Yeah. And we have, it's football of the future! Kind of reminiscent of arena football.
Definitely the creator had no idea how to actually do satire. Because you're basically showing, if we had militaristic fascism, we'd have superhumans.
Yeah, basically.
Considering the fucking way this dude is jumping and diving is not.
Yeah. Now, I will say, Paul Verhoeven, he's responsible, for quite a few interesting films. So he also did RoboCop and Total Recall. Now, this stylistically has a lot in common with RoboCop. RoboCop is a much clearer satire than... Yeah. Now, we also see here some controversy. He wants to go join the military. Why? To become a citizen, as opposed to just being a civilian. His parents are clearly civilian, but the parents are understandably worried. And this mirrors actual dialogue parents have with their kids who want to join the military. You know, especially these days. I mean, military recruitment is at an all-time low. I think they're saying our numbers now are less than what we had before World War II. Yeah, Racktrack was the teacher.
And I wouldn't discourage people from joining the military. Join the military if you want to. Don't join because you feel like you have to. You're going to hate the experience. If you want to join, then join.
Right. Yeah, because Racktrack is right there. You know, Racktrack's missing an arm as teaching this. Like, people know that he served on, he served and he lost an arm. So he's there reminding everyone that, citizenship comes at a price, that you will suffer because of it. Um, and so, so the idea is, like, if you join, it's because you want to join. You should not join for frivolous reasons. You should have a motivation. Now, one thing I agree with, and I think most people do, the girl who wants her, is better looking than Carmen there. Yeah, Diz. Diz is actually better looking than Carmen, so I was like, Rico, what's up with that? They should have swapped the actresses, in all honesty. Also, the actress for Carmen is just not very good. Like, she's the weak link, in my opinion. Yeah, okay, that is Denise Richards. I've never been a huge... I mean, Denise Richards was hot when she stripped down in Wild Things, but, I don't know. She's just not a very good actress. Yeah, Dina Meyer is Dizzy. I thought she was better looking and a better actress.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting more into the arachnids, though, because those creatures definitely interest me.
Yeah, you will. Once the teen drama part here kind of passes. Right now, this is character building, relationship building, that kind of thing. You're basically seeing
which is fine.
And these dynamics will pay off later. So, Patrick Harris being dorky and smooth. Now, mind you, this is before Harris came out as gay, so he was able to get away with stuff like that. At least I think it was before he came out as gay.
I know, because I am interested in the way the arachnids' bodies are still kind of primitive, so they, have such high intelligence.
Yeah, I will say Ironside's character, the teacher, is actually close to the book. That's the teacher is his character is in the book, and they actually do a pretty good job with that character. He's clearly
I also do like he's seen things, but also like that's how a teacher should tell a student. What would you do if I was in your position? That's not for me to decide. That's for you to decide.
Yes, he's a man who values free will because he's also given it up to follow orders, and he's seen hell. There's an LGBT, so we can only assume Helldivers takes place so far in the future, everyone's equal. Probably no longer think, yeah. And, well, this was made in 97, so I don't think Verhoeven put any LGBT characters in the movie. He would have, I think, if he could get away with it. He did, however, make the cast diverse, which is, I think the most he could get away with at the time. But I think if he was making this modern day, he would. He'd probably include like a lesbian couple or a gay couple in there.
That's if the studio wasn't like that. You gotta have a gay or lesbian. You gotta have a gay and a trans person in there, or else they're not gonna want to see the movie.
No, Verhoeven's politics are such, he would deliberately insert it. He would put that in there for controversy's sake. Sadly, he's lost his touch, so...
Fair enough, but we know how Hollywood is.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, with Harrison and Diz, you could read the two characters there as, like, Harris just fooling around as a friend. Carl Jenkins, sorry, there you go. So Jenkins is Neil Patrick Harris's character. So you could read Jenkins and Diz as Jenkins just fooling around and him not actually being into her because he's gay, like Harris is in real life. You can read it like that if you want to, but yeah, there's no explicit LGBT representation in the film as far as I remember. There you go. So you see Jenkins and so on.
Considering
Oh, keep going.
I was gonna say, like, during the time, I don't think he would have the finesse like the director for Nightmare on Elm Street 2 with getting away with queer undertone. I say queer undertone, but that movie fucking is full gay, like a gay movie to a degree. But with the way the director is failing at satire here, I don't think he'd do well at having characters with those sorts of undertones, as to where you may think something's there but aren't sure.
Yeah.
I
now I want. Oh,
yeah,
now this
again, with
scene's
how
important.
bad.
Okay. Now this scene's important because you find out Jenkins is going to military intelligence because of the telepathy. That'll come back later. Put a pin in that. Then that scene there, that is also very important there. It's like infantry may be the man I am today, and he's got no legs and a missing an arm. Now people have discussed that scene for a while. That's a big part of the narrative around Starship Troopers. Now why does he do that? It's similar to Rat Shack. It's to basically say, you're doing this, kid. You better commit. The book makes it clear. He's also a character from the book. In the book, he very specifically he has prosthetic legs. Like, prosthetics are freely available. The medical system in this world is phenomenal. So, you lose your limb as a veteran, you're going to get a prosthetic. They're cool with that. But he deliberately does not wear them on the job to dissuade people who just want to sign up for glory. And it's like, because you get people who just want to go in there and be like, oh, I'll serve a couple years, it won't be that bad. He's there to tell them, no, you can use your legs. Like, this is serious stuff. Don't joke around with this. And that's not satire. Honestly, that's just smart. I mean, the U.S. military does worse propaganda than what this world does. Like, and you would think that they wouldn't do that if they were really like that evil. No, they want to make it clear to people what they might lose, what risks they're taking before they sign up. And I like that, by the way, that honestly, that tells you society isn't evil. It's a military fascist society, but it's not evil. So for Hoban, what are you doing? It's not a satire. And as you pointed out, it's really missing the mark on the satire.
Yeah, this is more glorification than anything, because, again, for satire, you need to show this, it is bad, but everybody in there is just like, no, it's good. Mm-hmm. That's how you do satire. It's like, no, to us, like, no, that's bad, but everybody in the movie thinks, no, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, and Meta Cowboy points out the book and the movie had two different agendas, and yes, that is very true. That is very true. The book is sort of a satire. The book has one of the big things is the book has power armor. The movie does not. Probably like a budget thing. But the book was heavily inspired by the first, I think it's called Armor. I think that's the title for it. But there was a science fiction book from that first created power armor. And Starship Troopers is some ways an homage to it. But it's also based heavily on Heinlein's own military service. So a lot of the military stuff in the book is so realistic and based on his own experiences. The movie plays with it, so it's a lot less accurate than the book is. But yeah, Heinlein wanted to imagine a future like, military fascism, but straight up, like, what would it have to fight, how would it form, why would it form, that kind of thing, what would be the circumstances around it, how would it function, and he did that. The movie kind of takes that and then introduces some humor to it, like here. Like, these are clear propaganda videos. Oh, here we go. You see the justice system? Arrested in the morning, tried in the afternoon, and executed at night. Boom. There you go. Now, that doesn't imply, though, that he didn't do it, just that they handled crime efficiently. we get the psychic thing.
Again, the whole thing of not doing a good job doing satire.
Yeah.
A good satire would be like, this man's innocent beyond a reasonable doubt, and the judge is being like, nah, guilty, and everybody clapping for that.
Hmm.
Oh, and that cow got fucked by that bug. Damn.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
See that leg?
Yeah. Yep. So there's quarantine zones. So the humans were leaving. That's the other thing too. The humans were leaving the bugs alone. Like we had Straggler. Because remember, this is a flashback. This is before the invasion at the start. This is the before that. We went back a few years, or went back in time. So this is before the opening sequence. In case you missed that.
Now you could say we left them alone, though I do wonder how much we did disturb them and how much we pushed until the bugs decided, fuck this.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Unfortunately, the movie never tells you that. Now, here's Clancy Brown, a.k.a. the Kurgan from Highlander, and the voice of Lex Luthor in the cartoon. Really great actor.
The way I'm looking at this is, this can either be two ways, that this is a predatory hive mind that does not like other life forms on their planets, and actually seeks to replace everything with itself. Or, hive mind was living by itself alone, we came to the planet, found it, and had begun actively either abducting or fucking with it in some way, until it viewed us as a threat or just a threat, probably, and is now actively striking back against said threat.
Yeah, that was great speculation. Now, by the way, so the drill sergeant, also from the book, they do a pretty good job with his character. Some of the characters, they actually do a good job from the source material. Yeah, so the drill sergeant's role here, yeah, very, and you'll see why. Yeah, I think it's more the, yeah, but they can call it the medic, they can heal that, honestly. So he's not allowed to kill him. Yeah, but he's not allowed to...
Not allowed to kill him, but he can fuck him up.
Yeah, exactly. Because the medics can patch him back together. And you'll see how far that can go. But his goal is to make them wash out, if he can. Because they don't want cowards up there. Now, this does not happen in the book as far as I remember. Instead, several of the recruits try. The one who comes the closest, there is actually a judo expert in the group, and that actually gives him a run for his money, but he does barely able to win. But he admits that you're good. So here they basically make her the judo expert, basically kind of establishing that, she's tough. Now, what's cool here is, she is the strong woman archetype a little bit, but she
still lost.
Yeah, because he's trained. But she's
if this was modern day, she would have just walked over, touched him, he would have exploded because of how much of a strong woman she is.
Right, but but I like it because they establish she's strong, but she's not perfect. She's got a ways to go. That's how you should do it. And she has a motivation, hooking up with Rico. And here you have Jake Busey, Gary Busey's son. Sadly, he gets his looks from his dad. Very regrettable.
Yeah.
The government of Sweden is actually not bad. The book tries to be a satire. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, now, and here you have the lovable rogue there. But he's good. He's good.
Yeah, I do like the little bit of camaraderie there. It's fun. Man, it's refreshing watching these older movies and watching them do a strong woman correctly. Instead of, it has to be strong woman, can't lose. Has to be good at everything. I used to be homeless, but on my off time, I go around just actively saving the world. Oh, is the core of the planet going to explode? I'm just going to swim through lava, go quickly,
exactly.
just touch it. Good.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you'll see the writing is better than that here. But yeah, I think we've beat that horse to death.
Of course, people say I bring that up a lot. Again, it's the one thing in Hollywood that actively pisses me off. Is these Mary Sue's considering started with Star Wars.
Yeah.
They fucked the whole series with Rey.
Okay, so that's wrong. It did not start with Star Wars. But we can discuss that topic later. Right now, this is a cool sequence right here. All you need to do is push a button. Now, I will say I like Jake Busey in this. I think he would have had potential. I don't think he really did too much after this, sadly. Yeah. I like the socialist is like, put your hand on the wall. There you go. And that's why you learned to throw a knife. Now here you have the infamous shower scene. Now what was cool, cool backstory here. To help get the actors and actresses more comfortable stripping up, because they're all totally naked in the scene. The Verhoeven and the rest of the crew behind the cameras were also naked. Basically, they closed the set and everybody got naked. So everyone shooting this was naked, and everyone on the set was naked. So, yeah. And I thought that was neat. So it's a good thing on Verhoeven. This show, they changed things and no longer made a satire, but just a story about the future Earth. It would have been so good. Yeah, I agree with you, Meta Cowboy. If they had maybe played it more straight, maybe. But on the other hand, the comedy elements help lighten the tone. So, and they're also reminiscent of RoboCop. The main things I think they could have fixed was the teen drama. If they had cut down on the teen drama, and gone more with what was in the book, if they had taken more inspiration from the book, gone with the power armor, been a little more accurate to the military, stuff like that, I think it could have been better. Yeah, again, you have very clear, so also this scene also highlights the diversity, because you have black, white, Hispanic, you have Asians in there. So people are saying, oh, it's a whitewash cast. No, you very clearly have characters from all walks of life. So that's just people not watching the film trying to criticize it.
Yeah.
Now, it is criticized because, co-ed showers are very unrealistic. Meta Cowboy says, as a mostly gay bi dude, this movie did it better than most. Strong and pretty intimate, she is superhuman and has feelings for a guy. Yeah, exactly. But they also make clear she doesn't join because of a dude. She has her own reasons. I wish the movie had explored some of that. Would have been nice. She's strong, she's competent. She's a competent woman without being a Mary Sue. Yeah, it's competence without Mary Sue. Because Mary Sues are bland, boring, and one-dimensional, and just uninteresting to watch. Diz is not uninteresting. As the weakest link here is Denise Richards. But even then, they do try to have some fun with it. The main elements, as I said, they could have lightened up on like the fairy tale aspect, so they do get a bit fanciful. But this sequence here establishes, her character likes to play around. She enjoys flight. Flight is something she finds genuinely enjoyable. Why do you need wings in space? Now, notice that that's another thing they get wrong. The things fly like planes in space, which they do not. They do the Star Wars route. Babylon 5 was known for having things fly around as they would in space, which is Newtonian physics. So, the ship, you see the ship here flying as if there's air, and it doesn't work like that. So that's, by the way, not an error in the book. In the book, things fly like Newtonian physics. Heinlein is very good about his physics. But yeah, you also get some world building here. You see the moon. You see some of the other things.
No, Dom, you're forgetting about the Auto Air Generator 3000 that generates air. So they invented these in the movies, alrighty? You're forgetting this. So in every movie ship, they have a system that generates air around the ship so it can fly like it was on, Earth. You forget that. It's obvious.
Hey.
That not even a giggle for that one.
Oh, sorry, I was reading Meta Cowboys cover. Can you say it again? My bad.
I was saying you're forgetting about the Air Generator 3000. Every ship, every spaceship in every movie has one. Just comes auto equipped. It generates a field of air around the ship, so it can fly like it was on Earth.
Oh, right. Okay, yes. The common sci-fi trope. The air generator. We'll just put air in space. That totally explains it. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's a good one.
And if you're wondering why the air doesn't go anywhere, because that's of the Gravity Generator 3000 next to the Air Generator 9000.
Yeah.
You got to get two things together.
They just use portable black holes. There you go.
Exactly.
And now one thing the movie, I mean, again, my issue with the romance subplots in this film are similar to my issues with Pearl Harbor, where like literally the first half of Pearl Harbor is just romance, to the point you feel like Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor was the whole point of it was to interrupt some sappy love triangle going on. Like that's how bad Pearl Harbor was.
Japanese could sense it.
Yeah. So in this one, as it's at least it adds some humanity to the characters. Because at least they're not, they have normal human motivation. She's obviously attracted to him. She prefers Rico, but she's attracted to him. Dennis is attracted to Rico. There's normal human relations. They're not robots. But it's just, I don't know. I mean, as things go, putting in romance is kind of your basic bitch of tropes. There's other ways they could have humanized. We will see some better humanization, though, here. I like the experience of why did the bugs launch a rock at us, and how did they get all this distance that fast? Either they didn't do it, or they staged it. Oh, that's an interesting one. Well, I think in the book though they do make it clear like the bugs have warp technology, like because earlier they established that the bugs can launch their spores into space to colonize other planets. That's how they spread. So they do have the ability to fire things at faraway planets and land there. Another theory is that basically as soon as we ran into the bugs, they launched that asteroid. It took the asteroid a while to get to us, but they launched it almost as soon as they met us, because they were determined to wipe us out, basically on day one. It just took a little bit. But yeah, the bugs are theorized to have access to warp technology. They just do it organically, whereas we do it technologically. They're an organic biotech species. But that's just implied. Unfortunately, the movie does not really, yeah. No, I haven't.
Well, considering they get into psychics, it would have been interesting if the bugs were had extreme psychics or psionics, where of course the hive mother is the one that can generate the most, hence why they can manipulate gravity through psionics.
I'll put a pin in that. We'll get into that later. Yeah, you'll get more on the bugs here. Now by the way, this sequence here with the training stuff, I like this whole thing that when they're in the boot camp, it's not bad. The book is better at it, but that's because the movie was having a bit more fun with it. Yeah. Like this kind of training here, I could, you could see them doing that.
I could see it, but considering their main enemy right now are the arachnids, it is definitely a case you think they'd be training more for that threat.
Right. Well, and that's one. Now that part, you raise an interesting point. That is, that's actually realistic for the military to train them to fight the wrong enemy and to not update to what they're currently fighting. That's very realistic. Because if you look
the most
at
I could see that being is team building or
right.
That's the best I can see. Team building, having them versus each other in a rivalry to help better the squad to doing a better teammate.
Right. Now, because I'll point out, when we started going to places like Somalia and Iraq and stuff, one thing, our military was trained to fight in, traditional war. We didn't train our military to fight urban warfare until very late in the game. Like, it took forever. So the fact that they've got a new enemy, the bugs, and they're not trained to fight it, yeah, makes total sense to me. um, Also, now the other implication too, by the way, is that their military is fighting other humans. That there might actually be wars going on Earth that they have to deal with, or insurgencies and stuff. But we never really get to see that because we do
Now,
see
if
that
there
there are
is,
people.
then I can't. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. If that is the case, then I can't really say anything about training,
Yeah,
considering they may have to divide squadrons. So
yeah,
that's fair enough.
yeah. But no, because we did see in one of the newscasts that there are people who go out and form their own colonies. So I don't know, maybe there. But again, the movie doesn't explore that. We're just left to believe that the training is just out of date, which, yeah, that's typical.
I mean, fair, yeah.
Oh, and he's got. No, this is also an in joke. His name is Johnny, and he just got a Dear John letter. Ah, there you go.
Mm.
And the love of his life is gone. We'll still be friends, right? Bitch, you just broke my heart. Uh,
No, I
and
get that.
this is a one hand thing. The guy I like, his heart just got broken. On the other hand, yes! But she.
I do like this. The genuinely trying to
Yeah.
talk with the dude.
He started as a jerk. Yeah, no, his character is good. He's not in the book, by the way. A lot of the side characters you see, other than Rico himself, aren't in the book. A lot of that's just for Hogan's creation, for teen drama's sake. But he's a good character, and I do like him.
Genuinely, I didn't see his character as being like a jerk. I saw him as being like the friend who's a bit of an ass.
Yeah.
But like when shit goes down, or like he can see that you are genuinely hurt, he will like sit down and try to talk with you. Do his way of trying to cheer you up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, sorry. Like, when he's first introduced, you think maybe he's a jerk, but then it's like, no, he's a pro. He's a pro. He's just got,
It's basically somebody like, yeah, no, I got somebody like that.
Now, this is an important sequence here, too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the kind of wound the medics can't fix. Yeah. Hey, it's the guy from Breaking Bad. Yeah, the scene is tragic. Yeah. He wanted to win. Now, I will say this screw up, by the way, is from the book. The mistake that Rico makes, and he does actually
I was
mess
about to
up.
say, I also could see that being a very real thing. My helmet's fucking up. Somebody be like, all right, get it off. Show me what's going on.
And then, whoops, there was a reason you were wearing it. Yep. Now, in the novel, it's not because he got someone killed. I don't believe. It's been a while since I read the book. And I think he made like a basic, like a very error during a training exercise, but it was just him. But they do punish him like this. Now that's a big scene for the sergeant. What he's saying is, I know he's been through this. He has been punished like this before. He's fucked up, and he sympathizes with him because it's like, I've been there, kid, but you got what it takes. But you gotta learn.
If they want it, also again for satire, if you wanted to satirize fascist militaristic fascism, you would have it to where he made a minor mistake, and this is the consequences of that mistake.
Yeah, no, he made an actual believable. Like he messed up. He messed up.
Yeah. Also, irony isn't lost on me on the black man whipping the white man.
Yeah, true. Verhoeven may have done that for the visuals, yes. Also, Meta Cowboy points out, we are more advanced than them, so if we can beat ourselves, we can beat them. That could also be the thinking. I agree with you, Meta Cowboy. That could be also what they were contemplating there.
The thing I'd like to counter with that is, with a species like this, it would be equating to, I could beat another human in a fist fight, therefore I can then go beat a lion in a fist fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Entirely different levels.
Now, I
beat somebody in a knife fight. I can therefore, I
can be a swordsman, yeah. As irrational as that is sometimes military logic. Understand that military logic can be some of the most fucked up stuff you ever encounter. I know and have enough veteran friends who have told me enough horror stories about how the military thinks or fails to think. That that could actually be what they're doing. It's
It's legitimately dumb thinking. When you run into a threat like this where it's entirely different species, try to kill, autopsy, research, adapt. That is how you do this shit.
Also, hey, butt spot.
Especially one with the ability to precision throw asteroid.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you're about to see what changed their opinion. Up to this point in the story, humans view the bugs as dangerous but primitive. Okay? And you will see that bad assumption persist to a point. So keep that in mind. We were not aware that the bugs could precision toss asteroids. But you're about to see what changed that opinion. I can shoot a lion, so I do a Jurassic Park raptor. Yeah, the bugs are just insect intelligence. Yes, they are currently, at this point in time, under the assumption that the insects are just bugs. Just evolved bugs. Let's see. Now, also important character moment there for Rico. He just lost, he got squad command, but then he just lost his girl. Big emotional hit. So all he has left now is being the squad leader. So that's why he pushed. That's why he took that risk. It blows up in his face. Yep.
Isn't this his girlfriend?
Yeah, this was the girl he just got his nuts kicked by. Yeah.
You gotta love how she broke up with him immediately. He's hooking up with another dude.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Well, she was attracted to him, but I was like, well, I'm here, you're here. All right, let's bone. Yeah. Yep. Oof. The last part of the ship. I will say I like the ship designs on this. A lot of they use practical effects more than CG, so everything looks a bit nicer. It's 97. Practical effects are still better.
So, were the bugs intentionally trying to fucking hit that ship with an asteroid?
No, it was pure coincidence. Remember what they said at the start? She changed their course. No one was supposed to be there.
Fair enough.
However, because of that, I think they knocked out comms, so they weren't able to give a heads up. But yeah, she saved their life. Those two saved their lives.
No, they didn't have comms down before the asteroid comms were down after the top of the ship got ripped off.
Right,
Which I think
that's
was
what I meant.
comms
Yeah,
relay.
the asteroid ripped the comms off by accident, yeah.
Now, it would have been funny if a couple of the fucking bugs jumped onto the ship.
That would be interesting.
Like, fuck it. This was an accident. We're going to capitalize. Take the ship.
Yeah. Now, this is an important timing.
And now
have
he's
the asteroid
second
coming
guessing.
in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's second guessing. He's like, hey, I watched it. I took to the licks. Now, this raises a point. They could have just kicked you out. But now here's the thing: him and the dad parted with angry words, and one of the things I like about the actor for the dad is the dad's happy that he's coming home. The dad's happy that, but he's also happy. It's like, hey, I got my son back. And he's like, hey, I love you. So the dad may be a hothead, he may be a bit controlling, but he does love his son, and that was an important bit right there. You see, like, he wants to patch things up. He's happy that he came back. He's glad he didn't ruin the relationship. But oops.
This is when the bugs land and kill his family. Then he goes on the revenge quest.
You only prove one thing. Yeah, he feels guilt over the death, as one should. He did cause the death of a colleague. Yep, Meta Cowboy called it. Yep. Have you seen the movie before, Meta Cowboy? This is like my second or third time watching it. It's been a while since I last saw this movie, though. I assume this is your first time watching it, Diesel.
Yeah, no, this is. Quick question. What is the difference between citizen and then civilian?
So a citizen has more privileges than a civilian. So the civilians can, just live. You can own a business, do things, blah, blah, blah. Citizens, though, they get the right to vote. You have to apply to get babies, so population is controlled. So if you want to have kids, you have to be a citizen. You got a better chance of being allowed. Yep, here you go. Blood plasma, right. Yeah. So they're able to use organic plasma to essentially shoot an asteroid bullet at us. And they've shown Clondathu is on the other side.
Okay, so the bugs are... So what, did they... So they use plasma. So I assume that means they purposely would design certain bugs to act as explosive.
Correct.
Suicide units, basically.
Correct. Yeah. That basically they use... and you'll see later the specialization, yeah. They use organics to specialize and to achieve things.
So they take... So kind of like the Tyranids, I guess, then. So do they take other species, take certain, like, I'm trying to think of specialized genetics and then incorporate that into themselves to better adapt?
Now this is a good scene here for the Major and the Sergeant. And the Major's like, oh, okay. And the Major's like, alright. There you go. Very nice human moment. Again, if this was a satire, why are the Major and the Sergeant such obvious good dudes who are like who have his back?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on.
Like initially they were like, well, you wanted to leave, what changed now? It's like they killed my family, and they're both like,
right,
you know what, fair,
sure,
alright, we'll let you do this.
Yeah, typical for the Emperor! We
Ugh.
will declare exterminatus upon Glendathu, but we'll see how that goes.
Now, I am curious. They say Kondafu is the homeworld of these things. I actually wonder if this is just a hive world that managed to settle, and that's not actually the home world of these things.
Yeah, so they bring him back. Now you see him working in military intelligence. Now he's making propaganda videos to educate them. Now you know how the bugs work. That's important real world building. Now in the game, do they have that kind of thing in the game where you're like shooting off the limbs is not effective? You got to go for the center mass. Is that how it works in the game?
Shooting off the limbs can help to demobilize them. Center of mass depends. Certain bugs they act as more like insects on our world, or potentially spider, with the thorax, their back being most of their weak points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
So pretty well in Helldivers, most of the bugs' weak points are located in their backs. So you would have to maneuver behind them.
Okay, so
the easiest one for this, the easiest one to notice for this one would be the Charger. Extremely heavily armored all around it, except for its back. Well, the thorax, more or less. It's butt,
okay.
to put it simple.
Oh, okay. You have to shoot it in the butt. You gotta be a butt stabber if you wanna take them out. Oh my. You could say they're weak. You could say that in Helldivers 2, the weakness of the insects is buggery. Hey. That was cool.
Yeah, no, really... but with that, shooting them center mass, head, and stuff like that can kill them. But I've noticed most of their weak points tend to be that point, because even if you take their head off, they can still come at you for a couple seconds.
Okay, yeah. So they're similar to the bugs here, but different. So they didn't just borrow the game the design from here, which is fine. I do like the insect design in this movie, I will say. They make sense to me. So, because basically they're very reminiscent of StarCraft with the Zerglings. It's kind of, I think, where they got some inspiration from.
That is fair. I will give the humans in this movie credit for. Even I believe that the arachnids, or I'm just going to call them the bugs, bugs looked primitive. Advanced, and I would say more like they would be more in the Jurassic period. They would fit more in a Jurassic period, considering that's when, creatures like that could grow big, very oxygenated air and such.
Yeah.
So if anything, I would consider them primitive, as in the sense I'm not sure if they're advanced or if they're just in a Jurassic period on their planet where it can support sizes of that nature.
Yeah, so that's the interesting thing, too, you're seeing here. They're in the Air Force, so they're officer. She's a lieutenant. He's a private. So, yeah, the dude outranks him, but...
And then we see the combat fucking training come into play.
Yep. Because they're both strong. I mean, they both went through basic training. Yeah, these two guys just met and they just hate each other, yeah. Yeah. Now the guy who plays him, that's Patrick Muldoon. Patrick Muldoon, he's been in a lot of stuff. So this was actually one of his first big ones. But I've seen him in other films too. I'm trying to remember which ones.
Now that symbol, that death symbol,
yeah,
that is in Helldivers as the Helldive difficulty.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that is almost certainly a nod either to Starship Troopers or to where Starship Troopers got it from. Because I think that's
because Helldive is the hardest difficulty in that game.
Okay, well that's cool. I would like to think that they got it for Starship Troopers. And also, Meta Cowboy throws in blood for the Emperor, skulls for the Golden Throne. Yes. Uh,
Uh,
the
so
Imperium of
I
Man
made
shall
this
venture forth.
joke. So I made this joke for Warhammer, but so the reason the Emperor of Mankind is in the shape he is, and the reason they have to sacrifice so many Psychers, isn't because they're keeping the Emperor of Mankind alive. No, it's because there was a sniper orc who never missed, and said he was going to kill the Emperor with one bullet. He shot it across the universe. The Emperor of Mankind barely avoided it, taking all of his power. And they need to sacrifice Psychers to keep that bullet in a time stasis. For if it was to ever break, it would kill the Emperor.
Huh, fascinating. Oh yeah, an orc could do it, yeah. All the orcs have to do is believe this one orc, he always kill. Boom, and then he just does. Yeah.
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 Oh, Jim
I love the
Overdose?
orcs.
Oh yeah, he never misses.
Yeah, see, I like the orcs, because on one hand, the orcs are all like, WoG and war and stuff. On the other hand, if they just decide one day, it's like, hey, we're a little tired, let's go out for brewskis, they could probably hang out with you, too.
Funny enough, if enough orcs get together, that could be a possibility. So, when a wall gets big enough, orcs can actually become more intelligent. For example,
yeah.
Gazgul, the current, orc war boss, he spoke High Gothic to Old Bala. I can't remember his name. But to my understanding, High Gothic is not a language you could normally fucking speak.
Yeah.
And he spoke High Gothic to him. And
nice.
During the Age of the Beast, orcs were sending down other orcs to act as diplomatics to negotiate terms of surrender.
Yeah.
To human armies. Or it wasn't terms of surrender, they were coming down and asking them, would you like to surrender?
Yeah.
Legitimately taking on diplomatic sort of things.
Now, I wanted to point out, very, very important development here. So they're told that, those things launching out from the planet were just going to be light, random, plasma bursts, nothing big. Then they find out, it's like, no, that's their anti-air. The bugs are firing at them, targeted, specifically to take them out. The bugs actually have a coordinated anti-space defense, just shooting these plasma bolts out, and they are actually dealing some serious damage. So the pilot realized that, crap, our intel is wrong. So that's your early indicator that this is about to go tits up, because the military intelligence got it wrong. Where have we seen that before? Again, very realistic. That's not a satire. That's just straight up. That's what the military does. It screws up a lot more than it gets it right. Oftentimes the U.S. wins despite our fuck-ups, but yeah. Sometimes we will get our team kicked in due to
I will give the bugs credit. It seems like they're intelligent enough to realize when not to play their cards. It's like, okay, they're sending troops in to invade us. Play the card, shoot, bring in the flamethrower.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the bugs are shooting their own version of flamethrower. Yeah, the bugs are flamethrowing us instead of the other way around. Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping to see a bug that can breathe fire.
Yeah. You also
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. So Meta Cowboy points out that purple orcs are invisible because you've never seen them, and that the dwarves of 40k are able to maintain trade with the orcs. So worth noting. Thank you. Hey, Meta Cowboy, you should join my server, by the way. I think you'd enjoy it. I do have a Discord.
Oh, that is so fucking cool.
Hey, glad you like that. Yeah, I like the bug designs.
I like it too.
Oh, okay, you already did. Awesome.
Oh my god, they launched mini nukes at him.
Yep. I think that'll,
And, okay, I'll give them credit. Yeah, no, I really like... So, the closest thing we have to that is, I call them spitters. I don't remember their name. But, they're a unit in with the bugs that, will vomit acid onto you, but also will aim their, they'll aim their butts in the air and will actually fire mortars at you, and will actually attempt to aim where they believe you will be moving. So they act as like living mortars, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Now, and there you go. You see how tough just one bug comes in. They fire at it. It takes one of them out, and it takes like 4 of them just to take out one bug. Now you have a swarm.
Also, I like kind of. I just realized looking at the bugs, they kind of look like rail cannons.
Huh.
Yeah, think about like how futuristic rail cannons tend to look, railguns. Look at the bugs; they kind of look like it.
Yeah. And now you got the hothead who loses himself to the combat, and well, yeah, you're dead, kid. You're dead. You can't break formation like that. Yeah. Now
I wonder why the insects don't have have arms in a sense.
Well, they have
I'm trying to think. It would be like, was the case they got the 4 legs, and like they got the big mouth. But I wonder why they didn't develop like appendages for stabbing and then bringing food to the mouth.
Yeah. So we saw earlier, she's the one who wanted babies. I forgot what his motivation was, but...
Oh no, they do have little appendages like that.
Yep. Yeah, so these are, as you can tell, the drones, the attack drones. They're basically they send them out in waves. They're cheap, they're expendable. That's their function. They're a basic defense unit.
And they even set up underground tunnels for them to move around in. They hauled out certain points to act as pit trap. That is very cool.
And now
I still like the girl. I want. I like the girl who's like, I want babies. Like, okay, you'll get some, but we didn't say it'd be human.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I mean, she's not killed on camera. Yeah, very bad things could be happening to her off screen.
Yeah, come on, cameraman, get in there. Who cares about self-preservation? Get right in there.
Yeah, well, because the thing is,
Sir, can you tell me what you're feeling right now?
Yeah. But we established that humans will capture the bugs alive for research. They almost certainly capture us alive for research too.
Now, I'm not against potentially capturing a larva and trying to raise it. But I think one of these would be really cool as a pet.
Kitten?
I also like how they're training. Go for the center, go for center mass, because that's where their connection is. Basically where their brain's at, and none of them have been able to hit that thing.
Yeah, well, because you see how they move. I mean, these suckers, in a captive, in a cage, you can hit the center mass with some reasonable accuracy. But these suckers bob and weave. They know you're trying to shoot that part.
I like how the little fucker is like, okay, you thought you killed me? I'm taking your fucking leg.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good boy.
And a shotgun. Now, shotguns, that's effective, because you need spread. If you're going to hit a center mass on a fast-moving target, you'll want something with spread on it.
Also, how many fucking shells did you pack, my dude?
Yeah.
Also, by the looks of it, I think the shotguns may be a bit higher caliber, potentially slug rounds.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing... So by the looks of it, the front of them is, kind of narrow, and is armored enough to where it might be able to deflect bullets like that.
Right. So here you see... Yep. Now he's replaced by a new one. Now this is a character, again, people forgot. It's like, why are there no minorities in charge? Well, here's the new Sky Marshal, everyone! Would you like to eat crow here? Because they just completely forget about her character entirely. So it's like... Yeah.
Now, also, I've realized, I like how they try to stick to their trainings. It's like, don't aim for the legs, aim for, kill shots. It's like, no, actually, aim for the legs.
Yeah.
These things move sporadically, extremely fast. Injuring them to where, because by the looks of it, I can see the downfall to the way they're built with the fact that you take out one of the legs, you have hampered their movement by a lot,
Yeah.
Because now that's the issue with the tripod build.
Yeah.
With the four legs, take one out, it's extremely movement towards that side.
Okay. Now, I should point out that scene there was also very important because the two going on, it's like maybe there's a bug we haven't seen before, some kind of hive bug. So you were mentioning that before. There you go. Now they've introduced that concept here. Keep that one in mind. You also see, you also saw like the guy saying, "Oh, a bug that thinks, I find that offensive," as if like being offended is somehow makes it real. But that's not. You see the attitude that led to the screw up here with Glendathu. They just weren't willing to contemplate what the reality of the situation. And that's what led to them underestimating them.
Scientists could easily look at that and be like, a mass of bugs like this, and I assume they were viewing them. It would be easy to see if they're working together in any sort of way in mass. There is a form of hive mind. Look at ants, bees, wasps. Yeah. There's usually a leader.
Yeah. Now another thing too, in the tactics they used, notice like when they first fired, they were like, "All right, you're an enemy. I'll fire a few shots and then you'll go down," because that's how humans are, right? They're used to human targets. You fire a few shots, the human's dead because our bullets will penetrate the armor. The bugs, on the other hand, way more resilient than what they were expecting. They were firing rounds that were too small, didn't have the punch, they didn't have any knockback. They could sort of penetrate, but the bugs moved so quickly you couldn't really hit them enough times to deal sufficient damage because of small caliber rounds. Which, by the way, in the real world, the bullets like NATO and military use are actually pretty small caliber. They're not like big ones. It's just they can fire a lot of them is the key. So that's
it's also the
realistic.
Case that with humans, you shoot them, it causes pain. With these bugs, they react to getting shot, but the pain doesn't slow them down.
Right, exactly. Their reaction to pain is different from ours. Meta Cowboy says his favorite bug is the beetles. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we'll see those later. But yeah, we see that Rico survived. He was saved at the last minute by his teammates, presumably, since Diz and the Jake Busey's character survived. But yeah, they're on full retreat.
Man, just wait till the bugs learn how to grow wings. You're fucked then.
Yeah, so
that is also interesting to me. So the bugs are advanced enough to develop, giant insects that are capable of launching projectiles, like being anti-air. Yet they didn't develop wings.
Well, wait for it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we heard Zegama Beach brought up by the dad as a vacation spot, and well, turns out the bugs have got it. So yeah, so in addition to attacking Earth, they also started attacking Earth colonies too. Yeah, and then we find out, so how did Rico survive Glendathu? He was saved by the head of the squad, who we're about to meet. Guess who? This scene makes no sense in the future. Yeah. So now you see his military side. Yeah, so he went back to serve. So he survived Buenos Aires, and now he's back to serve. He's seen hell before.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's also the case of now they're actively, new threat that's actively attacking, his home. It makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, well, you saw Clancy Brown's character there, the trained drill sergeant's like, I need to go to the front. And it's like, no, you are not leaving. We need you to train these people. And now they're doing a program here of, like, identify the bugs, nuke them in large quantities, and then we send in infantry to mop up. So now they know it's like, alright, we need to bomb them from above, use our air superiority, space superiority. Because humans control space better than the bugs do. Bugs are still mostly terrestrial. There aren't really any space bugs. So they still have orbital bombardment.
I'm surprised they also wouldn't put surveillance to see how the bugs react, considering they should have picked up on if they saw those things and began running before the bombs drop.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to identify threats and things we are using.
Yep.
But they also would need to, bring up to commanders and stuff and look, see, bugs began to retreat. Once they saw us, they didn't even know what these were, to our knowledge, and immediately began retreating and attempting to, get away from that.
Meta Cowboy, I believe I will look. That's a good point. I will look for that. I think the issue is he only saves the people he can save. I believe most of the people you're going to see injured from here on out are not savable. They're damaged to a point. They're dead anyway. And so he puts them out of their misery so they don't suffer. I think that's more what happens.
Also, that also, I think they took out one of its legs, and you saw how quickly this thing went to the ground and was unable to move. So that's where their eyes are located. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Eyes are located, closer to where their actual mouth is, and behind their armored front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so some of them deal with their PTSD by, taking it out on the enemy, which, yeah.
Interesting. So they're taking a defensive stance, and they're not rushing.
Yeah, the bugs are still not totally used to the nukes yet. So they understand, we have bombardment, but they don't completely understand the mini nukes yet. But I do like the mini nukes.
Well,
mini
I
nukes
also
cool
liked how, there's a bug hole. I liked how the bugs didn't rush and actually took up defensive stance. Which I like and I find interesting for how the hive mind is.
Yeah.
Okay, so these things also do feel good degrees of pain, hence they will retreat. Ooh.
Yeah. Here's the beetle that Meta Cowboy was talking about.
You the anti-air bug we saw earlier.
Yeah, no, this is not the anti-air one. This is a new type of bug you haven't seen yet. But you mentioned flamethrowers. There you go. I wanted to avoid spoilers.
That's great. Oh, I love that. Oh, these things are cool as shit.
Yeah, you electrical spark on the front, and then it spits a flammable plasma out of a gland. Which, completely plausible. A lot of dragons use that kind of design of
well, actually, funny enough, there is a species. I don't remember its name, but it actually kind of shoots lasers out of its eyes, and it's a legit thing because it has a kind of how the electric eel has that electric gland. It has those located near its eyes, so it's able to kind of shoot that.
Oh, that's cool. All right. And you see Rico here establishing himself. Yeah, and so there you see where the oil is stored. So that's the flammable liquid right there. Stores it in the back, and it pumps it out through the electrical thing. And so he throws a grenade at the flammable liquid inside of it. Which, there you go.
Actually, that's what I would have... Even without, meeting these things, that's what I would have guessed.
Yeah.
because that's like a logical thing to do.
Yeah,
You don't want it to be right where the flame is. You also want it to, if it's facing an opponent head on, the opponent can't just easily shoot at that. It has to get through the front.
Battlefield promotion. There you go. He's got a promotion now.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's quick thinking on your feet that just saved a bunch of people.
And then we get a little bit of advancement for his character, because remember, he was made squad leader after Rico. Now he's turning it down because it's like, nah, I'm not cut out for it. So that's good character advancement for Jake Busey's character. Now Diz gets to be squad leader. That's cool. But yeah, no, as I said, the bug designs are cool. I like the bug designs in the movie. And now we see how he leads. It's like, hey, you fought hard, now you get to play hard.
Good way to keep morale up.
Yep. He's rough, he's tough, but he understands psychology and alleviation. You did a good job, boom. Now, I will say Meta Cowboy, like, for example, his corporal, she gets her arm burned off. He does not kill her, like, he pulls her on one side, he keeps her safe. So he did save the corporal because she only had the arm cut off. We will see later on, though, when the soldiers are actually, like, captured and, like, are ready to be murdered, he will take them out so that way they don't suffer. Because as we saw in Klendathu sequence, like, they'll tear them apart. The bugs cause maximum damage and casualty and pain. So if you shoot someone who's gonna be killed by a bug, you're saving them some misery. He does do that.
Yeah, no, he can actively, see who can be saved and who's better off dead.
Yeah. Do you want some advice, son? There you go. Now, again, that bit of advice, to me, that tells me he made that mistake. And he's trying to help him avoid.
Yeah, no, I very much, I will say, I am having a good time.
Yeah, good.
God damn, do I miss the way people... Oh, that's good. Buddy helping set the mood.
Yeah, exactly. He's being a wingman. He's a bro.
God, watching these only makes me miss the way these movies were written.
Yeah, I agree. As I said, Verhoeven sadly again lost his touch. A lot of his more recent films just kind of suck. But yeah, no. This, Total Recall, and RoboCop are pretty much his big trilogy of good sci-fi movies. I mean, I don't call this movie good. Like, people will say, oh, no, it's too schlocky, it's too much. It's good. It's good. It's fun. It's entertaining. I mean, this is again like the third or fourth time I watched it, and you know what? I'm getting more out of it than the last couple times I watched it. You know what? I enjoy it.
It's a good movie. I wouldn't mind sitting down and watching it again.
Like, is this A tier? No, it's a B tier. This is a B tier film. It could have been better. There are areas to improve it, but it's solid.
It's the case if you're want to watch a movie for enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. Want to watch a movie for enjoyment? Not a bad movie. Yeah. No, this is definitely a good enjoyment movie.
Yeah.
Now, if you're trying to watch a movie with themes and make you think, probably not this movie.
No, this is not a thinking man's movie. And that's one of the big complaints. One of the big criticisms of the film when it came out amongst heinlein fans. The book Heinlein wrote is a very thoughtful book. It reflects on the nature of war, the nature of the military, man's service to his country, honor, duty, etc. There's a lot of very big themes in there. It was one of his first mature works. It was like before Starship Troopers, he mainly wrote the juveniles, which were for kids. They're not juveniles in like low quality. They're juveniles in like sci-fi novels aimed at kids. And then this one was kind of after that. So it was part juvenile, it had themes of it, but it was more mature because of it. Oh, see? He's a nice dude. I'll give you 20 minutes. Finish up. We're gonna bang. We're banging. But yeah, this movie didn't really have that. So I understand it's its own thing. The movie is its own thing. That's my general response to that. As a heinlein fan, I don't see this as necessarily insulting to the original. It has a few things in common, but it really just goes its own direction. There you go. Could have been
I
better.
know.
It
Instead
could
of
have been a lot
trying to
worse.
make the movie word for word, the book into a movie word for word, they decided we'll take the premise and such, we'll take some of the stuff, but we'll make a movie that people can watch and will just enjoy.
Yep.
That their own. Oh my god, they got wings. I saw
Yep.
that.
Yep. There you go. I told you. Wait for it.
Okay, I'm liking. Okay, I'm enjoying the insects more and more
I thought you
because
would.
it's interesting seeing, but I can logically see the reason the hive mind would produce these. They
Yeah.
introduced a flying threat. Our anti-airs can't take that out because we don't have rapid fire like that. We make
Yeah.
flying bug, which also
Yeah.
does good against infantry.
Yeah.
Run and pick off.
Yep.
That's fucking amazing. I love seeing this. I love seeing shit like this also because like I love seeing these adaptations.
Yeah. So here, this guy here, he's been caught. He's still alive, but Ronchak knows this guy's about to get like slaughtered. Like he's already being tortured. So it's like, no, put him out of his misery. I'm not going to let him suffer at the hands of the enemy. We can't get to him in time. By the time we get there, he's going to be torn apart.
Also,
There
I
you go.
noticed that thing has a stinger.
Yep.
I wonder if it's venom. Well, not venomous, poisonous. I wonder if it's poisonous.
And Rico gets promoted again. Now he's Sergeant. It's Sergeant Rico. There you go.
So I wonder if that thing is poisonous.
Maybe. I don't think, they don't really go in depth on that, sadly. But yeah, I will watch for that Meta Cowboy. Like, you raised the point about him possibly killing them too early, so I do actually want to watch that. I don't remember him on it, but hey, that could be a fair point, if so. But yeah, now you see, oh, this is why they couldn't get in touch with General Owen and the others. Whoops.
They were all dead. Also, fucking. Oh, by the way, did you watch Space King by Flash Gates?
Yes, I did watch it. That was funny.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to them making more episodes of it.
Yeah, we should do a Byte Club Cinema on it here. Well, I mean, if you want. I don't know. Then again, it might not. It's not
Oh,
particularly deep.
I'm 100% down.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I had a fun time watching it. I was ever since they did the trailer for it, I was actually looking forward to seeing what they would do.
Yeah. I like how they market it. It's like, there are so many things out there for mentally deranged teenage girls. But what about mentally deranged teenage boys? Yeah, that was a good line.
Yeah. You know, they got like a
Uh,
whole little mini series of the Space Marines versus the furries.
oh, that's who did that. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I remember that sequence, yeah. Okay, so they dug in from underground and surprised them.
Yeah, which is interesting. Ooh, a new bug.
There you go. Yeah, that's a new bug
Kiss
type.
it.
No. No, imagine if you picked it up and it went, yippee! Lethal Company.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Nice.
Man
Here
was
we...
skull fucked.
yeah, well, yeah, but put a pin in that.
I mean, hey man, those bugs got that good guac. Just make sure she's not a praying mantis or a black widow, and you're good.
Yeah, Meta Cowboy points out it's funny how much of the Warhammer crowd are actually furries. I actually, I have to say I have not met a Warhammer person who is also a furry. I've known plenty of Warhammer fans. I haven't gotten into it. I don't have the money. I like the lore. It's fun, but
Yeah, no, I think the joke is people who are into Warhammer happen to be furries. Some people classify me as a furry due to the things I'm into. Don't have the fursona, but I'm cool with the fandom.
Yeah. Well, yeah, both sides are. Yeah, so the insects. Now, so that's one part here that I think some people grasp on. It's like, oh, the humans are trying to understand the bugs to wipe them out, and the bugs do the same thing. So they're not nowhere no worse. We're just the same.
We're just the same if we went down a different evolutionary path.
I wish you'd just shoot me. Well, okay. Yeah, Rico actually pleads for. Yeah, Rico takes a little bit more sympathy on him. But yeah, I like. That's a bit on Ratchat's character. It's like, you're a coward, General. You hid as your men died. I mean, I understand why you did it. But if you're gonna try to demoralize us, I'll kill you. Like, I don't care if you're a general. Like, you do not do that around me. I like that attitude. Yeah.
And this is when the trap is sprung. Okay, I'm very much enjoying how these bugs act.
Yeah, and they are not idiots.
Also, I kept making this joke, but I got to do it. So far from all the bugs we saw, I'm just gonna give a good wood. Just slap some tits on them and a vagina, and I'm good.
Oh no.
Look, I was joking that I'd make the fucking wood thing. I'm doing it now, motherfucker. You don't get to get out of this.
Oh no. Oh, Meta Cowboy says there's a lot of furries in Warhammer fandom. I didn't know this. You should see what some of them they do on VRC. I probably don't. No, I need to get into VR chat. I actually have it downloaded, and I do have a few avatars for it, but I haven't done it fairly regularly. One of these days, I'll do a VR chat something. Maybe once I improve my voice mod here.
Yeah, no, I mean, the easiest way to see that there are, I guess furries in the Warhammer community, pyramid porn.
Yeah, there we go.
Just look at the pyramid.
Oh, there you go. So the wings are like blades. They can slice the heads off as they swoop in.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't even consider that. No, that's really nice.
And you're dead.
Time for you to get that suck, man.
Yeah, you should have sought cover. I mean, you literally just sat there, dude.
The Prometheus school of trying to avoid things.
Yeah.
And they're they know
how to destabilize structures.
They're making ladders. Yeah, they're disable. I initially thought they were trying to make little ladders, but no, they're just stabilizing it. Oh, that's so cool. I'm sorry, did I hear planet penis?
Yeah, I hope you have a crazy. Yeah, notice they're also stacking their own bodies.
Oh my god, they're purposely fucking letting themselves die so they can make them. Yeah, oh my god, they're letting themselves die. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because the individual troopers don't care. Like, they have no self-preservation. This model has no sentience. They're just they're puppets, essentially. They're just go forward, kill.
It's more or less the greater good of the colony.
Yes. For the Horde! Literally, for the Horde, and there's just more. Yeah.
I wouldn't begin falling back just yet. More like hold the fucking wall. Fall back when they begin breaching. Yeah, because you're letting them breach now.
Yeah.
You needed to do a tactical retreat.
Yeah, they needed more cover as they backed up. That is a flaw in the movie. Verhoeven is not familiar with military tactics, as you can see on full display there. So, yeah, that's a fair criticism of the film right there. And that's a common one. A lot of veterans will point out that the strategies and tactics in the film don't make much sense. The Kaladathu invasion being messed up due to bad intel, very realistic. This bit, not so much. It's not, yeah.
Yeah, no, you had a better formation there because you could at least try to keep them at the wall and keep things limited.
Yeah,
but you just gave the bugs the in they needed.
Yeah, I would dare say that you probably have a better handle on military tactics than Paul Verhoeven did. So yeah, I don't think that's too much of a stretch, honestly. That's what I mean. This B tier. If you know anything about strategy stuff, you immediately start seeing the flaws in how they're
I
doing
would
some
have been
things.
more okay if they had done that, logically speaking, if their current commander wasn't a veteran himself.
Right.
If he was like a new commander they just assigned, and like I would be like, okay, tactics would, dictate you're being, overrun at the wall, a back up that way, because the enemies are going to need time. It's like, as humans, that would make sense to, if that was the logic there. Oh, they're, blasting us at the wall, we back behind the wall, that way we have cover. And there goes legs.
Yeah. Now in this case here, now obviously they can like they could save him. Um, Probably even though he's like torn in half, but he does specifically ask Rico, "Kill me, please kill me."
Yeah,
So
because
he
he doesn't
doesn't
want to
think
live
that.
as
Yeah,
that
because
cripple.
like I think like even so under normal circumstance they could maybe have saved him because he's not like dead, but I think his reasoning is under this circumstance with this heavy a fire, um, with this as bad as things are, he's a liability because trying to get him
I
out.
do appreciate. I will give the movie credit. When she celebrated, I was like, please have a bug come and kill her,
Yeah,
because
and
that
there you
is
go.
not the time to do that. And it
Yeah,
did it,
she
and I
let
was
her
like,
guard
okay,
down.
so I like that.
Yeah, she let her guard down, and she took out a beetle single-handedly, and then yeah, she let herself party.
Don't pull that out, you dumb fuck.
Lot less active. Fully awake. I need a bonking. Too horny.
Also, I will admit, Rico there is a dumbass for pulling that out.
Yes, agreed. Agreed.
You just gave her an open wound where her blood. She may have had a chance to survive, but you just made sure she was gonna bleed out.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, if you ever have shrapnel in your body that's sticking out, do not pull it out, because
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what's keeping your blood from spilling out in
Right.
large quantity.
Don't remove it until you're in a position that you can get the thing patched quickly.
Yeah. I like how the flamethrower has a limited arc, and you can tell the beetle is definitely designed for ground units and not to fire upward.
Right. Right. Yeah. So so the trap cost the general, it cost rack check, and now it's cost Diz here. But no, I like Racktrack's calculus on that. It's like, hey, I may, if you got me to a meta bay, yeah, I might survive, but I'm gonna bring the rest of you down. No, you trying to save me is gonna get the rest of you killed. I won't do that. You shoot me. You shoot me now, and I'm out. If it's in a limb, you can, but tourniquet it, you cannot leave it in till you're on transport and have medical supplies. Right, right. Yeah, so if it's on like an arm or leg, the shrapnel, you can remove it, just tourniquet it. If it's in the torso, yes, your advice stands for sure. Um, don't leave it in if it's on a limb, but you should leave it in if it's the torso, yeah, or the head. Oh, I like that. Butt spot kicks in. If it's in a limb, you can, but tourniquet it if you can bite it till you're on transport and have medical bite plies. Butt spot is kicking up. Butt spot likes you, Meta Cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, their crazy pilots are these two. I thought you were dead.
Oh, don't suddenly be into him now. Please do not tell me they're setting up. She broke up with him, started fucking another dude. He suddenly becomes like a bit of a war hero, and now she's got a boner. Please don't.
No, she was friends with him too, so there is that. Um, but hey, no, I found Meta Cowboy. Hey, thanks for being in the chat. Meta Cowboy. I really appreciate it. I always like when someone engages as we're doing stuff. But yeah, they're not going to
Yeah, no, that's
blast
fair,
Planet
but
B. Hmm.
it feels like they're setting up the she's gonna get back with him after all this, and I really don't want that to be the fucking case.
Now we see Rico's character arc here. You know, before he only understood it in academic terms, and now, due to war, the loss of his family, the loss of his friends, now he understands sacrifice. Now he understands commitment and fighting for something greater than yourself. And that's not. And the weird thing is, again, for Hogan's claim this is a satire, that's honestly a brilliant example of it. He had this character experience things that actually make him understand the value of military service. Like, that's not a satire at all. That's like real, genuine, heartfelt, like, character building right there that he went through, that a lot of veterans actually go through. Like, guys who lose their best buddies in combat and comrade in arms will go through that and have that kind of emotional experience. And he just had that. I mean, there's nothing satirical there. That's honest and heartfelt.
You know, satirical take on, like, if he wanted to keep this movie as satirical, they should have had him be like, she died a coward. She died because she was stupid. She took time to celebrate, and have everybody else agree. That would have been more satire. But no, that's genuinely heartfelt. He had feelings for her and had lost her, and now fully understands what it's like to, lose everything in service to your country.
Yeah. Now you're finding out what was going on. So Neil Patrick Harris, his character. Yeah. They have more numbers. Yeah, now he's a colonel too, so he's of the three, he's the highest ranked. Yeah. So basically, now you find out they went in there as bait to determine if there was a brain bug present. Not that they have it. And now they're going to continue the operation. You saw the brain bug theorized. Now it's like, all right, so there's one on this planet. Now that implies that not every planet has a brain bug, but that they are precious when they do.
Hence why I theorized this was an established hive world.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were right, and that's what they were proving there by sending them in as bait. The tentacle arms? Same. Oh my, okay. I'll use my tentacle arms on you any day, Meta Cowboy. No, that's a joke. Well, maybe. Unless. There you go.
Tentacles, you say?
Well, yes, I have 4 tentacles coming out of my back. Remember? Doc Ock
arms. I'm aware of those.
Yeah.
You make me well acquainted with them when you make me get in the maid dress.
Indeed. We're the old men, yeah. Now that, I believe, is from the book as well. Also, that's a nod to All Quiet on the Western Front, if you've read that one. One of the things that main character is, he starts out as a fresh face, then he becomes the veteran, and then he sees other kids follow behind him. Now, they also point out that at this point, notice, that there's actual children in there. There's actual children now serving. When he signed up, it was mainly like high school grads, college kids. Now you have like middle schoolers join the military. Now, some people pointed out that, maybe that's maybe that's a satire or something like that, or child soldiers is meant to reflect how bad it is. Well, I take it as that's how badly humanity is getting its ass kicked right now. We have to recruit children.
Yeah, no. Well, that's a real thing.
Yeah. Like,
child soldiers have been a real thing. Like, look at Iraq, where they were sending in children with suicide vests.
Yeah, but the fact that they have to resort to that shows how thin we're stretched. We lost so many troops in Clondathu, and the bugs they keep winning. They took out Zegama Beach. They're taking out our colonies. They're pushing and they're winning, and now to the point where you have to throw children in the front lines now. And that boom. Nope.
And boosh. No star drive for you.
Yep. You don't look out this time. Enjoy the vacuum of space. Population U, but not for long.
Yeah, also you can see her training coming in to her detriment. She's trying to call down for ship that's going down. It's like nobody's gonna fucking save you.
Yeah, no, get out, get out, get out. Run, run, run. And the captain had the right idea there. It's like, no, 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 you silly fool. You haven't been through this before. Get out.
I assume this is when she becomes captain.
Well, maybe. Well, she uses her mentor. So Medico says, I was thinking of robo arms on my character. I'm making tentacles in his back used for repairing the arms and other cybernetics since you're a medic. Oh, okay. Rabbit ears and antlers with a jackalope? Oh, I like that. Yeah, so a robot jackalope. Like a mecha. Okay. I like that. I like that. My tentacles would be smooth with sections that open. Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, these. So my current tentacle arms are literally just a recolor of Doctor Octopus from Spider-Man. But yeah, these aren't like the final design by any stretch. But yeah, yours is actually kind of close to what I was thinking. Like different quote-unquote medical tools in there. So like syringe, drill. Yeah, like when I get my final version together, when I go like live 2D.
Just don't mind the fact that all of the medical tools may be oddly dick-shaped.
Indeed.
They're for medical purposes.
Well,
they're great at penetrating where I need.
I'll keep the hentai, the very explicit ones, for other streaming sites, not Twitch. But yeah, like so, syringe, drill, like I don't know, well, a grippy claw because that's just generally handy. And I don't know what the fourth one would be, but syringes are pretty common because very very handy. Syringes can do many things and go many places. Who knows what they're injecting? Who knows? Oh yes, okay, yes. We shall have a tentacle slap off, Meta Cowboy, sometime in the future. That sounds fun. Yeah. All right. Yep. So they have. So Roger Young went down. No. And now we understand. Like it's like, hey, this is one of his last friends left. It's like from Buenos Aires.
No, it's not one of his last friends left. He's got homie.
Well, that's true. Well, I mean, from Buenos Aires. I mean, one of his last original classmates. Because his teacher is dead. His teammate on the football team is dead. His family, most of his classmates are dead. They were killed in Buenos Aires. So the only ones who weren't killed in Buenos Aires were the ones who got out, like the ones who got joined, things like that, or on trips. But most of the population of Buenos Aires has been wiped off the planet. So.
All right, it's skull fucking time, boys and girls.
Yep. If you want to know what the tentacles do, hit me up. Sure thing. We will definitely talk more on a less censored platform. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, dude. Appreciate it. What's your situation? Extremely hostile. Yeah. South by Southwest? You mean they're in Austin?
Bro,
what?
you're...
No. Anyway, that's an obscure
I,
reference.
I am okay. Remember, you're a general. Don't let your
Oh,
dick get a bunch of fucking kids killed.
yep.
On the ground, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I
That's the
like
right.
this. He's genuinely putting his feelings aside
Yeah.
for the
It's a
betterment of the
character
squad.
moment. He's accepting her death, accepting her fate.
I do like
Yeah.
how the other dude was like, "Okay, we'll send this squad out. I know she's important to you." He's like, "Nah,
Yeah.
I
Contrast
can't
him.
send my whole squad to die."
Yeah.
You know.
Contrast that with say Anakin Skywalker in the second Star Wars. Yep. They're being taken alive same
For
way
breeding.
the redhead was taken alive earlier. Ah, now we remember those bugs there in the camp?
Yeah, little bugs.
Now, I like the CG work. I notice the bugs here are mostly CG. There are, for the bugs, by the way, they're a mix of CG and practical, but some of the bugs are fully CG. The CG's not bad. Like, this is
Yeah, it's not
97, and the
bad.
CG honestly looks better than some of the stuff in Marvel movies. So,
Yeah.
as people are pointing out, the theory right now is that with Phase 4 and 5 of Marvel, a lot of the reason the CG sucks so much is because they're not actually spending the money on the special effects. They're actually pocketing it. What you're essentially seeing is $100 million quote unquote blockbusters where the money is actually just going into somebody's pocket and it's a fancy laundering operation. That's why they're hiring like
Yeah,
no
I can
name
see it.
talent because they get a small, they don't demand a large chunk, but it's producers and directors who are pocketing the money from it. That's why they're so low effort.
Yeah, I can see it.
Now that's an important scene. Now he's saying, wait, she's still alive. How do you know? I just do. Now, if that seems whimsical, put a pin in that. Yeah, but he's not going to take his whole squad on a whim. And hey, he's got he's got his bro with him, and that's cool.
I mean, that's fair that he wants to save her, but at the same time, dude, you cannot let your dick, fucking get
You
people
will,
killed.
as I said, put a pin in there. There's yeah, I actually forgot that moment too. That was actually, but there you go. Now you see the brain bug.
Bug.
Yeah, it's carried by
Also,
little
don't
ones.
worry, wood.
Oh God, what?
You heard me.
I mean, it does technically have a vagina, I guess. So
I can make the face work.
yeah. Now see those are good words to go out on. You got I got like he knows he's gonna die, but you know what? I'm not gonna beg for my life. I'm gonna go down saying, yo, we're gonna genocide you at some point. We are going to exterminate you from the planet, you sons of bitches. That's a good way to go. We should all hope that we can face death with as much valor.
Yeah, that's fair.
How do you like your circumcision? Ah, yeah. Here we go. So now we have a bit of a Star Wars moment. I'm holding a thermal detonator. And the bugs are smart enough to know that they will blow themselves up. Yeah. Once it's out of harm's way, though, the threat doesn't work anymore. Because it'll totally sacrifice the little guys.
And once the queen was safe, the bug's like, okay, go ahead and detonate that now.
Yeah. Yeah. The brain bug, but we do see, that means the brain bug is afraid of death. Unlike the little drones here, it does have sentience, it has self-awareness, and it does fear death. Oh, they gotta kill the black man. No, I'm kidding.
So,
That's a joke.
that does, like, I will say, like, so were they sent in to kill it or capture the brain bug?
Capture. They're supposed to capture it. Are you trying
Okay,
to be a
I will
hero?
give them credit then for not blowing it up.
Yeah. Are you trying to be a hero? I'm trying to kill some bugs. Again, great words to go out on. There are some good death lines in this film. And this is the guy also we saw establish the, like, excess shooting. He's got some anger issues and PTSD. So for him, like, he knows he's dead, but I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna take you with me. Got some good moments. Good moments.
All right, so since they were sent in to capture the brain bug, I was gonna say if they were sent in to kill and he just passed the opportunity up for her, I was gonna be pissed. That was genuinely gonna be like something that pissed me off. Like, oh yeah, no, it's like that would help end this war. I'm gonna give that up because you have a vagina.
Yeah, no.
But if they were sent in to capture, it's like, okay, that makes sense why he wouldn't like begin blasting that thing.
Yeah, the trick is the brain bug doesn't know that either. So, and the brain bug knows from its study of human behavior that we are definitely willing to sacrifice ourselves at key moments. That's why it backs off, because it's like, no, it takes that threat seriously. Like, yeah, you'll kill me. Like, you will take yourself out to kill me. Yes.
Now I wonder if, okay, this is the end of the movie, towards the end. I was about to say, I wonder if the brain bug was smart enough to set a decoy.
No. And this is at the end, so no, they got him. Now, I like how the brain bug is, like, mostly fat tissue, kind of like a maggot, because fat tissue is what our brains are made out of, so it's very soft and squishy, like a bug brain. But I like how Neil Patrick Harris's progression is, like, you start him out like he's got a little bit of telepathic, then he signs a game of theory, then you see him making propaganda, and then boom, you see his final form here. Yeah, another big meme scene there. A lot of, you'll see the "it's afraid" line used a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of Starship Trooper memes out there. I don't know if you've seen them. Yeah, there you go. So that wasn't him putting his dick first. That was Neil Patrick Harris basically telepathically saying, "Nope, hey, she's still alive. Go save her." So.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to put a pin on that one. But yeah, that would have been a valid critique without that little moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey. Hey, Clancy Brown. I still like the fact his name is Zim. So, wait, your name is Zim. Are you an invader? He got himself busted back down to private. Know your foe. Censor. You love the censored part. Chips.
Yeah, but they
Yeah, Bill.
are not making sure this thing stays alive. With invasive shit like that, that bug is not going to last long.
Yeah, well, they're analyzing him, yeah. So now she becomes a captain, and Rico's lieutenant. He's in charge of the Roughnecks. Now they got better weapons, better ships, they're understanding the tactics, they've adapted to the enemy. And that's how it ends. There we go. Alright. There's no post-credit scene. I'll scroll forward just to verify that. Yeah, no, there's no post-credit scene or anything like that. So, alright. Let's see. What time is it? It is... Okay, yeah, you're
5:10 for me.
Okay. So it should be fine on your end. So, alright. Thoughts on the movie now that we're at the end.
It's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Definitely fun with the small bits that they did to cover their asses from certain things I would have critiqued, but considering with those things, they did cover themselves. So, all in all, good movie. Besides some questionable tactics, pretty well executed, honestly, with thinking I can definitely connect the lines with. Yeah, most of these older movies, it's like, yeah, I can see the thinking there for the character. And I'm genuinely glad that, he didn't go in there and sacrifice his whole squad for some pussy that left him.
Yeah.
Because I get, well, she's like my last friend. It's like, yeah, but you have a whole squadron of people that are relying on you to lead them.
Yeah.
You don't get to make that call now.
Yeah. And it was a really good moment for him because, we've seen that he can be impetuous and so on, but it was him really putting the mission ahead of his personal feelings. And there were stakes there. Again, that's one of his last friends left. As I pointed out, that there aren't. He doesn't have a whole lot of friends left from Buenos Aires. She's one of the last, so she's very important to him, girlfriend or not. But yeah, no, he still put the mission first. He did his duty, but the only time he deviated from it was basically when his telepathic friend poked his brain and said, "No, go save her. It's cool. You can go do that." And technically he's a colonel, so he's following orders on that. So that was fine. That was fine. Yeah. Now, all right. I
feel like the reason the psychic friend probably also did that was to cause the brain bug to begin retreating into a trap.
Yeah. Yeah. You could also see
probably also the reason.
Yep. Yep. He trusted his friend to basically steer the brain bug because he could probably was able to, because if he's able to transmit something into Rico's mind, he was almost certainly seeing, looking into her mind and saying, "Oh God, the brain bug is right there. Okay, I've got you. I got you. All right, Rico, you go in and you motivate this thing to move, and then we've got it. We've got the trap." And Meta Cowboy says, "Loki want to open a candy and sweet shop that makes phallic-shaped treats." Well, they make those. You bachelorette shops have that. God, Buttspot's going off again, man. Loki want to open a Bitey and Sweets Byte. That makes okay. All right. All right. Now let's get into this. So I've said this. So I assert that this is, not canon to Helldivers, obviously, but this is as close to canon lore for Helldivers as you're probably gonna get. What do you think on that?
Maybe.
Alright.
The reason I would say it's fully canonical would be due to, I would say inspired. I wouldn't say, jokingly I'd say yes, but legitimately probably not. One, due to the automatons. Two, there's a legit cyborg race in there that they're going to be adding, but in the first Helldivers, There were also cybernetic enemies. And also, the bugs are vastly too different. And the fact that in Helldivers, I can't see why they would lose the at certain, units for that. So jokingly, I would say, yeah, no, this is the canon fucking to the Helldivers lore. Seriously, it's nowhere close.
Okay. What are so you mentioned a few. I really genuinely want to discuss it because it's fun to me. Do you now? Okay, I guess another question. Do you think Helldivers 2 used this movie as inspiration? I mean, you mentioned that there's at least one Easter egg in the game that seems to be a reference to this with that tattoo. Do you think that this movie played a big part in the formation of the game?
I wouldn't say so. I would say by the way it is, I would say it could have took some inspiration, but I don't think this was a huge inspiration. Because for one, a huge thing in the game is you're doing this for democracy. You're not, you're doing this to protect Super Earth and democracy.
Right, right. So
That's a lot more to me. That's a lot more Fallout than anything to me.
Okay. So you think maybe this had more in common with Fallout than Starship Troopers? Okay.
With the joke of why are we doing this for democracy? I would say that probably being one of the Fallout games.
Yes. Yeah. So you can see Liberty Prime. You could say would fit well in Helldivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So more of they're inspired off of the social norms and the way things were from that era, the 90s.
Got it. Okay. That's fair. Let's see. Now, let's see. So you like this film? Let's see. Do you? Okay. Well, there's no. You said there's. Is there much of a way of story for Helldivers, or is it just go to planet, blow things up?
That story, like I said, the main story is made by the people. For what we are given, we don't know why the bugs or the automatons are actually attempting to, get to Super Earth. They may have now in Helldivers 1, the first game I didn't play. There may have been a story explaining what's going on in that, but for Helldivers 2, you are not given a story. You are just given missions. You go do this. We are fight. It's more or less like the war has been going on for a while. You are now a soldier in that war. You are, sent out to go fight battles. You're not given the reason why we're doing this. Like I said, the most you get from the game, well, why are we going to fight the automatons? For democracy and Super Earth is the most you get.
Yeah. Oh, it's sorry to hear about the chocolate filling in the beard. Ah, man, I hate it. As someone, I have a goatee myself, so yeah, getting stuff in my beard sucks. Toothpaste is my least favorite. Like, I hate it when I'm brushing my teeth and suddenly, toothpaste will fall in there, because I was like, damn it, I have to, get that out. It's like, okay, alright, let's see, so not a lot of story in Helldivers, okay. Now, would you play Helldivers and role play as if you're a Starship Trooper character? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be Johnny Rico in Helldivers. I'm gonna role play as if I am that. Would you do something like that?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can role play in that game. One of the jokes with me and my buddies is when we run a 4-man, I tend to be the one who breaks off to go do side shit. I just pretend I'm the commando who's separated from my squad, and we're eventually going to meet up later after I get some shit done.
Okay. That's cool. The let's see. Trying to think. Let's see. Any others? Oh, soundtrack wise, what do you think has better music, Helldivers or Starship Troopers?
Probably Starship, considering when you're actually fighting in game, I've never noticed the soundtrack. If there even is one, due to the fact I'm currently dodging a Bile Titan who's screaming and puking acid on me.
Oh boy.
Or giant robots actively shooting at my head.
Man, okay. Um, okay. Huh. Alright, so music's better here. Is there voice acting in Helldivers?
Uh, I'd say minimal.
Okay, so can't really
There
compare to
are
that.
characters that talk, but there is no like interactive, thing. Of course, like some of them, like there's some fun things to listen to, but I mean, they don't really need voice acting. To my knowledge, there's like so you have your characters that have lines. So the voice acting is good, like it's fun at least. But in total for characters, there's like three. There are three like NPCs that talk, and they just spout out pre-written lines when you approach them.
Hmm. Okay, I see. Alright, so we can't really compare it on acting thing. Yeah, comparing video games to movies can be hard, especially if the video game doesn't have much of a story. But okay, neat. Now, actually, here's another question on this movie. Would you watch the movie again? Is this something that you may, like, a few years from now be like, hey, you know what? I should pop up Starship Troopers again. I think that was a fun movie.
Yeah, I'd probably pop it with some buddies and such.
Oh, that's cool. Alright, well,
It is
that's
the
a good.
case when it comes to movies. There's not a lot that I would watch by myself. With some
Right.
buddies, yeah, no, I'd suggest we watch this.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a great test of a film. Would you share this with friends? Obviously, like, you're not going to waste your friend's time on The Creator or Rebel Moon because they both sucked. But, so to this one, you would actually, like, recommend it. Awesome. Okay, good, good, good. So I mean,
Creator,
yeah.
I'd be like, hey, let's watch this. And story's gonna be bad, but we can talk about the world and how cool that is.
Okay. Oh, that's neat.
That
Um,
would be the Creator and that'd be the Creator. I'm not even gonna bother with Rebel Moon. Good,
yeah, that was
all
so
the way
dumb. That
good,
was
but
so
that
bad.
Mary
Dominic
Sue,
Bytes, have you considered
fucking
drinking
Mary Sue
lava
ruins that
and
entire
not
like
just in
anything,
Minecraft?
any
Oh,
goodwill I would have had for that movie.
yeah. Oh, okay. Had a redemption for liquid cooling coming right up.
Yeah, you
Ads are
slurp that
running.
down
Also,
like the little bot you are.
uh, the God, yeah, Rebel Moon. God, yeah, that was so disappointing. We're not going to do part two, just anyone wondering if we're going to do part two of Rebel Moon. No, absolutely not. Got so many other movies to watch. We still haven't gotten to Dune yet. That's my bad. Because I just keep waking up too late on weekends for us to have time to do Dune. One of these days we'll sit down and get that. Probably going to finish up Tanya first. Well, what I'm thinking is we'll just finish Tanya, and then we will knock out Dune on the Tuesdays, since Diesel has more time, usually Tuesday evenings. I don't have to
Yeah.
so I won't have to wake up as early to knock those out. So we'll probably do that after Tanya is done. Just to have those done.
Uh,
Um,
now here, let me summarize how Rebel Moon, part two is gonna go. She's gonna gain superpower. She's gonna have that healing power, but also she can amplify it. So she'll bring the moon to life because she's such a strong woman. And then she'll
oh
go
no. Yeah,
and
yeah, she'll
destroy all the bad guys.
yeah, she'll just get superpowers out of nowhere and just win. Yeah, with no effort. It's like or sacrifice or arc or learning anything. It'll just be like you had the power all along.
Well,
Well, then
it'll
what
be the
was the
case.
point?
The other interesting characters, when she's not in shot, will be like having, they'll be able to do things. Second she gets in shot, oh, lobotomy. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, there you
exactly.
go. That's
They
how
have
everybody will
to.
act.
Yeah. Now, well, you raise a good point. I wanted to express that in explicit terms for viewers. You raise a good point. One of the bad tropes lately in a lot of movies has been you had the power all along. That's a terrible trope. And the reason is we don't want a character who could have solved the problems from the get-go. We want to see the characters grow, change, mature, and to become better people. Because in seeing their journey, we learn how to be better people ourselves. This movie had it with Rico. Rico learns the meaning of being a citizen by the end of the film. We see him learn it, we see him experience it, and we see him put him into practice. Makes him a good character. Something like Captain Marvel, where she just had the power all along, is boring. It's not interesting. It doesn't engage with us. It's not the human experience either. We're not born with the powers that we have. We have to learn and grow and acquire them, and it takes hard work and effort. We want to see a character that has that hard work and effort. We don't want them to just start out strong. So that is a flaw that you're pointing out, Diesel, and I 100% agree on that.
The
Okay.
the only criticism I have for this movie is the fact that this is supposed to be satire of, militaristic fascism. It only glorified it. I did not see
Yeah.
anything that stood out to me as satire. It showed a utopian world. It showed none of the downsides to militaristic fascism. It showed what was it like to join the military against a foe you've had, that you don't know what to expect from everybody. Nothing stood out. Of course, I didn't really know that this was a militaristic fascist, society. I just would have thought potentially maybe some form of monarchy or something of that nature. But
Well, I
yeah,
mean, it still
no.
has like a UN equivalent, so it clearly has like a leadership council or a leadership committee to it. But I agree with you. As a satire, yeah, that's right. That's another one I wanted to. That's right. I mentioned at the beginning, and then we kind of discussed it during the film. Yeah, so I agree with you. As a satire, this isn't a satire. Like if the intention of Verhoeven was to satirize fascism, failed spectacularly. If the intention was to have to portray an alternate future where mankind has decided upon military fascism, you know what? This is plausible in terms of how it would work. I would say it's a little utopian. There's, but there's, like, if you wanted to suggest there's flaws in the society beyond, the simple incompetence we see in the course of the movie, bad intel, which is a completely realistic thing, then he left that out. That's bad storytelling. He needed to do more to reflect on the society's flaws if he didn't want us to like it. But no, this society works. Clearly, the citizen-civilian distinction works. Clearly, the system is not broken. It's got us to the stars. And we're successful, and we're still retaining enough of our humanity and flexibility
also
to
in the
adapt to
movie,
humanity.
we didn't see prejudice. Also in the movie, there was no prejudice towards race or gender.
Yep.
In all, outside of the bugs being external force, from what we're led to believe, it's a utopian society, not nearly.
Yeah.
The court system is quick, it's effective. You murdered somebody, death sentence. We're not going to have these long, drawn-out trials where you pretty much live to fucking 50 before we decide to, sentence you to anything.
Right. Now, if he wanted to make it a satire, what he should have done was make the death penalty for something trivial. Because we don't know what the guy did. Yeah, it could have been a murder or something like that. But what if it was something like vandalism? Or something very petty, and they're giving him the death penalty. If he wanted to make it more satirical, he should have made it clear that he's being executed for something petty.
Our main character gets, he's off, they basically put it down for him because they do want to keep him. They see something, and it's like, look, you can we'll either discharge you, or we're going to whip you because you did kill a man. Your incompetence led to a death of a soldier during training.
Yeah.
So it was a case of the punishment kind of matched the crime, if a little more lighter, but still.
Yeah.
Where was the satire? If you did not tell me there was supposed to be satire in this, I would not have picked up on anything like that.
Yeah, I know. I think what that is, it's a real reflection of why death of the author can be very important. Because Verhoeven is the one who said it's a satire. And I'm sorry, man, you're wrong. You may be the director here, you may be the guy who helped write this movie, but you didn't make a satire. What you wrote was a military science fiction movie, a little jokey, there is some humor to it, but you didn't write a satire of it. You showed how a military society could potentially work. I mean, there are some flaws in your world building and so on, but we've discussed that already. But you made one, and it can be taken reasonably serious. It's not a joke. It's not a satire. This is kind of how it might work when it's working well. And you've made a basically militaristic Star Trek. This is militaristic Star Trek in the future, is what he's got.
The only way I could see him saying that is because he doesn't understand what satire is or how satire works, and probably just thought, if I just throw in a couple jokes, it would. This is satire now. The equivalent I could give would be making a movie about how murder is I tell everybody, the movie's supposed to be about why killing people is bad, but the entire movie I'm just the guy who's killing people, he's getting rewards for it. He's living a good life. Like the movie has no downfall. There's no negative to it. And then me saying, well, it's supposed to be about like why murder is bad, but yet I glorify it. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's the character in the movie gets rewarded. He gets everything he wants and lives a happy, life and
Yeah.
gets a happy ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
Exactly.
mean, like he stubbed his toe in the movie. Like it feels like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, well, he stubbed his toe in the movie when he was murdering somebody. So that's my reason why the whole movie is about it being bad. He stubbed his toe.
Yeah. Here, in the movie, at its core, the main character Rico starts as a sheltered kid, the son of privileged parents who can afford to send him off-world. He starts out privileged and sheltered, and through rough life experiences and the help of friends and so on, he learns what it means to be a soldier. He goes from privileged upper class brat to soldier, hardened soldier willing to fight and die for his country, willing to do what it takes for the sake of his people and his planet, and he becomes a better man for it. The movie unironically says that Rico is better off for having become a soldier and learning to be a soldier and joining the system of the military. Like that's not treated as a joke or a satire in any way. It is very serious and it's actually well done, and I like that aspect. It has real heart to it. The character arc here. Um, no, I think I agree with Meta. The movie could have been better as a not satire, or if they had no. Yeah, you could have if he had taken it in a jokier direction. It could have worked. If he had been a little more serious, I think it would have been better. Like having the media clips, keeping those at the sole source of humor. Honestly, would have been a good move. Just keeping the humor there, toning down the teen drama would have also been nice. Finding other ways to do character arcs other than just teen romance, because God, it's a bit cringe. But I mean, it's still better than some of the stuff we get these days. To be fair, um, but yeah, there are definitely improvements that could have made here. But Rico's character arc is solid, and the movie rewards him for being a good soldier. That's not a satire. That is not dissing a military fascist. That is very much endorsing it and showing the benefits of it. And it could be Verhoeven has tried to claim it's satire to cover his butt. That's another possibility. I like yours. Like maybe he doesn't understand satire. Maybe he's covering his butt. Maybe he's just saying that so he doesn't get in trouble. So that maybe when people say, "Hey, you kind of glorify this here," it's like, "Oh, it was a satire. Don't blame me. Sorry." But he's just throwing it out there to make people think it is, but it really isn't. Now, if you
I
want
mean, it's
satire,
the case
oh, sorry.
people shouldn't have taken that. They should have legit just said, no, that's BS, dude.
Yeah, they really should.
No, they should have said, no, that's bullshit. There's not a single bit of satire in this.
Yeah,
So,
and there could have been, because as I said, if you wanted to make a satire, as I said, you pointed out the criminal thing, they could have made that petty. We pointed out a couple ways as we were watching the movie that he could have subverted some scenes to make it satirical that he clearly didn't. So, yeah, I agree with you. Now, if you want a satire...
For one of the things, it could have shown a homeless guy, stealing some bread, and then, somebody going to report him, the police show up and beat the fuck out of him, and it being like, do your part to report any sort of crime. Be a good citizen. If they had done something like that,
so
I think that would have fit.
So Meta Cowboy points out something we missed, and I've missed it. This is the first time I've seen. So apparently, on that memorial wall of names for the people who were killed in Buenos Aires, apparently the ferret is on there. Cyrano, you see Cyrano's name on the list of casualties for Buenos Aires.
That's cool.
That's really cool. I like that. Cyrano Jenkins. Okay, that's funny. So yeah, so either he named the ferret for an actual relative of his, who is Cyrano Jenkins, or the ferret is actually listed as a casualty, because and that's fine. That's fine. I do not know. I didn't know that till the wiki said it. Yeah, okay, that's really great. I did not know it till the Bytes said it. Buttspot. Wow. Okay, Buttspot. Man, he's a talkative today, so I'm not complaining. That's really good. Now, if you want an actual satire from Verhoeven, I want to bring this up. RoboCop. Now, RoboCop, it's very serious, very heavy. It's it's a heavy R-rated. There is a definite like kind of anti-capitalist, anti-consumerism slant to RoboCop with a lot of the humor, and that one does really have some humor and jokes in it. Frank Miller and Verhoeven had a hand in that one. RoboCop 2 a little less so. RoboCop 1 really like you can claim RoboCop 1 had some satirical elements to it, way more than Starship Troopers. We should sit down and watch that sometime. Have you seen the RoboCop series, Diesel?
I've seen people review it. I haven't sat down and watched it. I
Okay.
was it in 2 where they reprogrammed him and like a bunch of kids were vandalizing something, and instead of like taking them in, he was like, "I'm going to talk to you," and I was just like, that was a satirical take on how the public thinks. Law enforcement should always handle every crime.
Yeah,
you sit down and you talk to them because you're.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that was exactly what that was. Yeah, RoboCop 2. But yeah, RoboCop 1 had some had some parodies and parody elements in there as well. No, that's I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at the actors. Hold on, I'm trying to see. I forgot if he did RoboCop 2 or just the first one. I know he did the first one. Um, Films, yeah. So he did 1987 RoboCop, Total Recall in 1990, Starship Troopers 97. No, he did not do RoboCop 2, so that was someone else. But he did do the first one. Now, interestingly, but between RoboCop, Total Recall, Starship Troopers, these are his big 3 sci-fi movies. Interestingly, between Total Recall and this, he did Basic Instinct in '92, and then he did Showgirls in '95. And Showgirls almost completely destroyed his career because that bombed so hard. It straight up it did destroy Elizabeth Berkley's career. Elizabeth Berkley never recovered from starring in Showgirls. Now, Showgirls was intended as to mock the entertainment industry. And so there are some heavy elements of criticism towards entertainment in there. The problem is they're buried under some excesses that he could have trimmed. But no, RoboCop you could take as a satire. And Metacop says RoboCop straight up got me into cyborgs. Jax from Mortal Kombat got me started. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's cool. No, I like RoboCop. So yeah, down the road we'll watch RoboCop and probably Total Recall as well. I think you'll like those. If you like this one, I think you'll like those two. I would say RoboCop is a better movie. Like of the 3, in terms of ranking for me, I would say RoboCop's the best of the 3. Then this one, then Total Recall. Total Recall's not bad, but I prefer Starship Troopers for watchability. But RoboCop is the best of the 3, hands down. So you're in for a good time with this. So we will not at any point do Showgirls. We are not doing Showgirls. I watched it once. It's like, yeah. There's, no. Also, I think that might get me banned on Twitch if I actually were to try to do that one. Jax was like, whoa, that guy is fucking cool. RoboCop made me go, I want to be a cyborg now. Yeah, well, yeah. Putting my brain in a robot body has always been kind of a thing for me. I don't know when it started. I don't know when robot body became a thing for me. I mean, I think just the idea of like, because I'm not super attached to my meat shell. I mean, my meat shell is male, but honestly, I could swap myself into a female body or a male body or a neutral body. It doesn't matter to me. Just that my brain would still be the same. Honestly, that's why I sort of identify as non-binary, because apparently if you think like that, you're non-binary. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I just think of myself as a mad scientist. I don't need the label. I just want yourself, but with robot parts. Oh yeah, that's cool too. Hey, that's also totally fine. I mean, now and then I like to put on a nice giant pair of boobs. Who doesn't like giant boobs? Boobs are cool. But robot extensions are great because I can have a schlong that can drill through a mountain. I'll do maintenance on you no matter what bite. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Mini Cowboy. Oh, pretty amazing. That's really that's like an ape picking fleas from the back of another ape.
It is funny. You're like, oh, like RoboCop, Jax got me into wanting to be a cyborg. I'm sitting there like, what got me into, weird body shape-shifting and stuff, Dead Space.
Oh, interesting. All right.
I'm not lying. The necromorphs are what got me into the whole body horror and like body manipulation. Those are what stemmed me into like the shape shifting sort of thing.
I see. So you had your sexual awakening with Dead Space. Yeah, sexual awakening with Dead Space. That explains a lot. That explains a lot. So, certified monster fucker. Yes. Diesel is a certified monster fucker.
I wouldn't. Now, I'll say I won't say that was my sexual awakening because due to the fact necromorphs, as the name implies, they're dead. Right. I'm not into fucking dead things. I'm not a necrophile.
Okay, that is a totally fine border to draw there. I'm also not into that as well. I will iterate. I do have a friend who might otherwise, but that's a line he crosses that I don't. Corpses. Mortal Kombat started my awakening. RoboCop slapped me and woke me up. Okay, yeah, hey, that's totally fine. Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat 9 and Melina in that there you go. Melina in that Band-Aid outfit. I think if a guy wasn't into freaky women, I think Melina in the Band-Aid outfit in Mortal Kombat 9 might do that to some dudes. Because that was one heck of an outfit.
I think what was the monster fucker sexual awakening was you're run-of-the-mill monster girl from normal anime. Monster Muse, whatever it is. That's kind of what awakened the Musune. That's I got into that anime for a bit. That's what kind of got me into the monster girls, and then from there, it went from kind of humanoid, but I think I'll say true awakening to what I am now. Z Blackball. He is an ex-creator. Like I posted some of his things.
Yeah. Now we can't discuss too much of that on Twitch because we'll get banned. But yes, you can mention the artist's name though. Sure. Now Meta Cowboy actually has a good question for you. So you liked Dead Space. What about the Flood from Halo? Because he mentions those are like tentacles and all that stuff. Did you ever play Halo actually?
So with me being a Sony pony, I actually never got to play Halo because I never had an Xbox.
Oh, okay, that's why it missed you because you play Sony. Okay, hey, that's a totally fair excuse. All right, yeah. So there's your answer, man, Cowboy. So yeah, so Diesel was never exposed to the Flood in his formative years because Sony. Yeah, all right. I'm a Nintendo person. I don't own an Xbox or a PlayStation. I have a Switch. I had an 8-bit Nintendo was my first console, and the Wii U and the Switch were my most recent consoles. Yes, I actually bought a Wii U.
My dumbass thing I forgot. No, it was Dead Space and Resident Evil. Those were the two that really got me into the. My brain scatters sometimes, but.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
Resident
that
Evil.
It was Dead Space that had me into like the monster designs. Resident Evil's what inspired the whole self change and the shape shifting due to the viruses and how they acted.
Yeah. So Meta Cowboy points out maybe you want to look into the Flood, Diesel, since you like the necro, because the Flood are not dead bodies. Instead, they use the biomass of other creatures and their intelligence, so they keep them alive. They just take them over. But they also know secrets and things, so they are aware of human sexuality because they assimilate human intelligence when they take them over. So you may want to look into that. That could be fun. So Meta Cowboy's got a great suggestion there for you. So cool. And you can get it on PC if your PC can handle it. I know the Halo collection, they have plenty of Halo retro collections on Steam and other places. Your computer may be able to run it because Halo's kind of an old game. Your PC should be able to handle it.
Well, I do have a Steam Deck, so that might be able to handle it.
Yeah, give Halo a shot on your Steam Deck. That could be cool. So hey, great recommendation, Meta Cowboy. Appreciate it. All right, so man, we've got an offer. No, actually, Halo. Well, bring it back to the movie. Halo, Marine in space. Space Marine in space fighting an enemy. Not really insectoid, more sentient, more politics to it. So a little more thoughtful, I would say, in some ways than Starship Troopers. let's see. No, we've made a big deal about Helldivers and Starship Troopers. Obviously, there's some Lethal Company, which is a satire of capitalism in the face of ongoing aliens, because humanity is basically going extinct due to we lost. Essentially, to the big alien threat, we lost, and now our own automated systems are wiping us out one by one as we fail to make quota on a regular basis. Um, then, are there any other games though with like a military versus grave evil threat of doom that come to your mind, Diesel? You know more video games than I do.
I'd honestly kind of say Dead Space. Well, Dead Space
Yeah.
3. Dead Space 3 is when the military gets more involved in the necromorph threat, because that's when they introduce the Brethren Moon.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's when he faces what, like a giant. There's like a giant planet attacking Earth, right?
No, not a planet. It's one of the. So for that one, it's a planet was frozen over, and you later find out the reason why they froze the planet was because that planet was in the process of becoming a Brethren Moon, and the moons are on their way to Earth to either to begin feeding. Because if a planet isn't turned into a Brethren Moon, it's turned into biomass for their consumption.
Right. Okay. So what we saw, because I think the ending of Dead Space 2 has a moon attacking Earth, right?
Yes. So you later learn that because the Brethren Moon are psychic and psychopathic,
right.
By our standards, and the game ends with you arriving and seeing the Brethren Moon have made it to Earth.
Right. And now how many of those moons are there? I mean, obviously there's one attacking Earth, but is it a suggestion that there are thousands?
I believe there are 5. There are 5 to 6.
Okay.
More or less, they don't tend to make other Brethren Moon often.
I see.
Is the case.
Right, and whoever fought them before us did a pretty good job of culling their numbers. Well, they couldn't eliminate them entirely, but they were able to.
What it suggests is, it's the case of maybe. Well, it isn't that a force fought them, but the scary thing to think is, what if the Brethren Moon are hunted by another species that is bigger and consumes them?
Right. Yeah. That would be the fun thing. Oh, Meta Cowboy says, he is not himself a monster fucker, but he likes, robots that look human. Yeah, no, same here. 2B from Nier Automaton, she's a robot. There you go. Lots of stuff out there on her. I actually have Nier Automaton for the Switch. One of these days I'll get around to hooking up my Switch to a capture card and streaming that. Robo Tentacles are amazing. I agree. There's one, Maho Shoujo Ai, classic little hentai anime series. That has, I think episode 3 has the robot tentacles, if memory serves. That's a lot of fun, if you ever want to look that one up. Let's see. The Major from Ghost in the Shell, robot girl, technically, because, she's a cyborg. Plenty of very decent looking robot girls out there. Oh, yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to remember who else, man. Of course, yeah, and of course you got Roxy from Five Nights at Freddy's, which I've made some jokes about before. Yeah, anyway.
We'll go with jokes, Dom. We'll pretend I don't have the costume down here with me.
Yeah, they're jokes, damn it, they're jokes. Anyway, eventually I'll summon another one of your kind to animate that homemade version. Eventually. Then once I summon one of your succubus kid, they will. Yes. Anyway, all right. Enough on that.
Brave of you to assume I'm an incubus.
Well, you're a demon. Obviously you're gonna have brethren who are succubi, right? Right? I think.
Look, we're not all related, okay?
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm cool with banging other demons, bro.
Oh, I see. Well, I thought you were just all into incest. Hey, step demon, help me out. I thought that was a thing for you guys.
Goddamn, hey. You demonist motherfucker.
Yeah. You all look the same. No, not really. Actually, the variety in your
motherfucker.
Now robots. Now there are robots who look the same. In fact, I remember there's actually a whole cult based around all looking the same. They all just have the exact same body, with only minor variations due to manufacturing defects that they try to minimize. And their whole thing is just they all look the same. Creepy as fuck, but hey, I mean that's what they're into. So there we go. Um,
Yeah, I mean, you and that toaster look really alike, Dom. You both related?
Hey, that's a slur. That's a racial slur. No, I am not a toaster. I am no,
Yeah, and
no. See,
calling the
I
whole
have.
species incestual isn't it? Ain't it, motherfucker?
Hey, well,
I see the double standard.
yes, indeed. Well, that's because you are in the cage and I am not. Therefore, the double standard. Ha ha. Ah, the ultimate determinant.
Motherfucker.
Because my use of force upon you was victorious, and as the movie established, force is the great decider of history. That's actually I mean I've paraphrased it, but it is actually alive in the book, and they did present it very effectively. Like he, that's the
Just
weird
how
thing.
my use of force on your pipes
Oh
emptied
no.
your wallet.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Verhoeven. The weird thing is, yeah, Verhoeven didn't read the book, but he uses bits from the book fairly effectively, like the speech from the teacher and certain other elements. So, um, let's see. All right, let's close out here because as I know you are, yeah, you need to get going. Your work's almost done. So I'm gonna wind down here. I think we're good. I don't. Do you have any final thoughts before I let you go?
As for rating for the movie, okay, I honestly wouldn't mind sitting down watching it with some buddies or us getting together rewatching it.
Hmm.
As for if he was going for satire, which genuinely at this point it's just like you got in some hot water and use that as a fucking cop out, or either that or you seriously do not understand satire. So going by what he said, the movie does a piss poor job at satire, but it's a good watch if you don't go in knowing,
Yeah.
or just don't
Yeah.
go in looking at the satire.
Yeah, it's just good. Okay, yeah, same here. I enjoy the movie. It's a good popcorn flick. I've never been bored watching the film. I've enjoyed it on every view. I've not found anything in here that spoils my enjoyment of the movie, and that's really good. For a '90s movie, it really holds up. It's worth having in your film library, in my opinion. I rated a solid B. It's not an A because for the reasons stated, but it's not a C either. It's a B. It's a solid B, and it's a good watch. And it's a fun time. It's something you don't necessarily have to turn your brain off. You can leave it on a little bit. Just don't overthink it, because yeah, there are bits that don't hold up to scrutiny. Meta Cowboy here points out, did you know that humans are programmed to be okay sexing non-humans as a survival thing? We were very close to Neanderthals. Yeah, no, it's true. The genetic history of mankind is fascinating. Like we always think of, our development as, in hard gaps, Homo erectus to Homo sapien, and then, and nothing in between. But no, like we were all like coexisting for a long time because you had a period where Homo erectus was in Africa, you had the Denovians in Europe and Asia, you had the Neanderthals in Europe and Asia, and they were all like commingling and stuff. Homo sapien. Yeah, my Homo is erectus. Yeah, indeed. But you had Homo sapiens interbreeding not just with Neanderthals and Denovians in Europe and Asia, but you Homo sapiens interbred with Homo erectus in Africa. Like Homo erectus DNA is I think they're saying like 1 to 3% of the of natives of the African continent. They still survive to this day, the same way Neanderthal DNA still survives in those of European and Asian descent. Novian DNA still lives on in many Polynesians, for example. I actually have some of that myself. Like one of the ways that the Chinese or the ancestors of the Han Chinese, one reason they became Tibetans was interbreeding with the Denovians. That gave them the lung capacity for the mountains. And the way they became the Polynesians, getting those big bone structures and the Maori kind of build, Denovians who were adapted to that area. So yeah, the history of our genetics is fascinating, absolutely fascinating to dig into. And so yeah, we mated with other hominids that were just close enough to us, and we kind of had to. All right, and Medical is signing out, getting some food and stuff. Humans were made for loving. Yeah. I agree. Doctor Who with Captain Jack Harkness, indeed. All right, let's wrap that up here. Hey, you want to join in on the chat live like Meta Cowboy here did? Feel free. I stream Tuesdays and weekends. I did stream it all yesterday. I was super tired. But hey, I managed to get a Sunday stream. Finally, again, yay. I will stream on Tuesday. May stream tomorrow. I don't have work tomorrow. And Diesel has a thing on Tuesday night. So we'll probably do our normal Tanya thing tomorrow instead of Tuesday, which is fine. Then Tuesday I'll just do something else. I don't know what yet. I'll probably do another stream tonight here. I'm thinking Minecraft or Lethal Company, one of those two. We'll see. Probably Minecraft because I need to do more of that. Want to get back to exploring boxes thing. Making good progress in the box mod pack because this is March. She wants to launch it in March, so I'm really trying to get that out for her. So check that out. Please, again, stop by the chat. I love talking to you. So much everyone who stopped by. You met a cowboy. You had Hiroki was in here earlier as well. Let us know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you like Starship Troopers? Have you seen it? Have you read the book? What are your thoughts in its relation to Helldivers 2? Do you agree with Diesel's assessment? Do you I don't know. What do you think about the quote unquote satire in here? Death of the author. What do you give me some thoughts. Let's start a conversation on it. I don't mind. If you post in the comments below, I will reply. I do read the comments. Just don't spam, please. But yeah, check me out. Thank you so much, everyone who joined. This was a blast. Had a lot of fun. Thank you, Diesel, for joining. All right.
Anytime, man.
Yeah. This is Dominic Bytes signing out. When next we meet, may your robot body be fully charged.
Also, hi, Dominic!
Hey, Dominic Bytes. Welcome. Welcome on by.
Yes, welcome to the stream, Dominic Bytes. Hopefully everything works out for you, buddy.
Welcome to stream, Dominic!
Hi, Dominic.
Dominic says, hey, yo, Dominic, how's your day going? Glad you can make it.
Hello, Dominic. Dominic Bytes.
What's up, Dominic? Welcome in, welcome back to the lab. How are you doing today?
How are you doing, Dominic? How's your day been, bro? You doing good?
Hello, Dominic. Hello, darling. How you doing, darling?
So, hello, Dominic. How are you doing? Welcome in.
Hello, Dominic.
Dominic! Hello, Dominic. I hope you're doing good today.
Dominic, hello. Hello, Dominic Bytes. Hi.
Hello, Dominic. How you doing?
How's it going, Dominic? Welcome in.
Mwah.
Hello, Dominic. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome in.
Hey, Dom. So good to see you. Hi.
Hi, Dominic. Hi, sweetie. It's good to see you.
Hi, Dominic. How you doing?
Hi, Dominic. How are you? Lovely to see you.
Hi, Dominic. What's up?
Hi, Dominic.
Hi, Dominic Bytes.
Hi, Dominic. How you doing?
Hi, Dominic. Hi, Dominic.
Dominic, hello.
Hello, Dominic Bytes. Hello.
Dominic Bytes. Hello.
Hey, Dominic. How you doing?
Dominic, thank you.
Can you stop slamming shit?
Hey, Dominic.
Dominic Bytes, how's it going? Wee!
Hello, Dominic Bytes. Hello.
What's up, Dominic? How are you, man?
Hey there, hello, Dominic. How you doing, darling? Welcome, yeah?
Dominic Bytes, you productive little devil. Dominic Bytes. Oh, it's you.
How's it going, y'all? If you haven't already, definitely go check out Dominic Bytes, a super cool and lovely streamer. They're super cool. Very like synthwave, futury vibes. They do like a Byte Club Cinema stream. They're an absolute vibe. Love them. Definitely go give them a check out. Go check them out. Go give them your love.